Hey, how are you? Oh man, today's going to be fun. It is, well, we got a big pre-show. I would say, because the pre-show, well, with this opening I do, probably about 44 minutes in, that's when we welcome James, Adomian. So it's a long pre-show. We talk about what if you're having a wedding, what you should do, and we deal with an email or two. Next week is Daniel Kino. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be, Halloween show? Not really, but we'll probably talk about Halloween. I hate when the plugging of the dates is boring, so let's see if I can rip that out in 20 seconds, okay? 25 seconds. Start the clock. I'll be at the Richmond Funny Bone the 1st of October all the way through the 6th. And then I'll be, Helium, Thanksgiving week. So call up. We'll take Thanksgiving off, but excited about that. And then I'll be at Dallas starting on the 6th of December at the Improv. All right, there. All right, that was quick, right? Shannon, you missed Lynn Shore at the Improv in Irvine. Lynn Shore opened up a few shows. Musically, it was great. Are you doing all right? When I listen to this show, when you listen to the show today, I really do picture this. I picture wherever anybody is listening, I hope, you're always hoping it translates. And I think it does. I know it does. I hope you're punching stuff like we are. Because it's me, Jake Adams, who I did his podcast and I talk about it in the show, and then Steve Finearts, producer of The Bitter Buddha, and Danielle, his girlfriend, and who she gets it like we get it. Everything, we were all like just hyperventilating. It was like James is like the thing that I noticed was Aristotle he always looks like he's enjoying himself. You look over, you don't feel like you're hurried. You just feel like he's in the moment. But he doesn't laugh like he was laughing this show. I mean, he was up off his chair. You just see, he was like, it was just a lot of fun. I hope you're having as much fun as we were. Alrighty. So that's everything. And you're doing good. And yeah, we're gonna roll in the opening. Yeah, today's show, 41 minutes, 42, 43, 44. Yeah, about 44 minutes in. If you don't want to hear the pre-show, I'm not offended. Maybe you're not having a wedding. Alrighty. Enjoy the show. I think I said everything I need to say. All right. Bye. Oh, I knew there was one more thing. Tweet at Daniel Kino. Don't say I told you to. It'll make him excited to come back. Go looking forward to having you back on the Todd Glass Show. Can you send some love? Thank you. I know who does it. There's that core group of people. They always do it. When I see it, like I said, I don't answer tweets, but I see them. They're like, look at them. All righty. Now roll in the show.
Oh, it's a beautiful night in this neighborhood. So many people have helped me to come to this night. Some of you are here. Some are far away. Some are even in heaven. All of us have special ones who have loved us into being. Would you just take, along with me, 10 seconds to think of the people who have helped you become who you are? Those who have cared about you and wanted what was best for you in life. 10 seconds of silence.
I know we've played that before, but I'm not even sure if that was 10 seconds. But you know what? How are you? I want to play it again. Can I tell you how good I feel right now? Because I was going to try to... There's some things I wanted to get out of the way, and I thought, just do it. I think Daniel Kino is going to do the show next week, and we'll just do like a Monday show. All these things I want to talk about a guy, Jesse sent me in this email, and he knows who he is and why it's going to be a great email to read. And I sat down with a listener by the name of Michael, and I want to talk about that. He was a very nice guy who tweeted at me, and we had him in here, and I want to talk about that, and just so many of those things. So we'll just drop a show. Why do I feel? Why am I in such a great mood? Because now the pressure's off of what we're going to talk about on this opening. Our guest today is James Adomian. Do I say his last? James Adomian. And so we're just going to, get some, good stuff out of the way. We're fine. Everything's good. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be at the Richmond Funny Bone in October 3rd through the 6th at the Richmond Funny Bone. Very excited to be there. And then, you know what? So we're going to talk about a wedding today. That's really what we're going to do in the opening. Then we're going to take a break, and James is going to be here, and it is just going to be. I want to vomit. I laughed so hard today. That's my goal. Oh, I will talk about this real quick because this is not too serious. We joked around. Are you looking for something? It's okay. Oh, the foam. You're right. The foam for the mic. Am I popping a lot? You know what? It's right over there, Aristotle. You know what? I like that you caught that. Why is it popping so much? Does that sound better, everybody? Because now he what if I tried to still make it pop? And right now, by the way, just so you know what the room is, because you want to know, well, you know what the room looks like, but it's me, young Jake, and Aristotle, and then we're going to take a break, and James called me. He goes, is there any way we can make it 7:30? I need to get my clothes out of the dryer. Sounds like just like me. I've all day long, and then now he needs, what does he have, one pair of pants? Guy has one pair of pants. And this has to do, I know a little of the backstory. Play the Joy Behar thing, which he said. And
also, if you'll allow me, there's something that I've been meaning to say on your behalf for 16 years. Harry Reasoner.
Yeah, fuck Harry Reasoner. I saw that a long time ago, and they did like a backstory of when Barbara Walters, I guess it was different when women were entering certain journalistic roles, as you could say, and Harry Reasoner was just a begrudging something. You know what I mean? A dick. That's when you go, well, it was another time. Well, what about all the other guys that welcomed Barbara Walters with open arms? So, no. Fuck Harry Reasoner. I love that she said that.
And also, if you'll allow me, there's something that I've been meaning to say on your behalf for 16 years. Harry Reasoner.
Yeah. I don't think he's alive anymore. I certainly don't wish him. I always say that after I say something like that. I don't wish him ill. I don't wish any at all. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But I just like saying fuck Harry Reasoner because that's what happens when you're not a forward thinker. Doesn't stand the test of time. Harry Reasoner. You're supposed to be brilliant and you're into journalism. The only thing that should matter is bringing the truth to the people. Seriously. Or something good to the people. That's all that fucking matters. Oh, she's a woman. Fucking grow up, you fuck. That's what you want to say to somebody like that. Grow up. You don't even need a serious conversation. Hey, we're having a 3-hour meeting today, Harry. Now, grow up. Grow the fuck up. You got shit, and the people need to know it. Is the person that's entering your team able to get the information to the people? Then what the fuck? But she's a girl. You sound like a silly little fucking 4-year-old, you old fuck. Dead. You old dead fuck. I only say that, and I'm being serious because I know his grandchildren listen to the show. And I told them I'd give him a shout-out. I like to laugh at my own jokes. I just imagine, like, after a show, if his grandchildren were somewhere and maybe the word was out, like at a comedy club, not that it matters, but that's Harry Reasoner's grandchildren. I'd be like, oh, and then they come up, we really like your podcast. Oh, listen, I'll give your grandfather a shout-out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so there's that. Now, one more thing, and then we're going to talk about a wedding. If you're having a wedding, we're gonna have 25, 30 minutes of just everything you need to know. If you're not having a wedding, well, you know where the show starts. If you're not having a wedding, you don't want to hear what I have to say about it. But we talked about the transgender thing, and I always say this. I don't want to turn around and do exactly what's been done to people for years and years, and now spew out information that you know nothing about. And I wasn't embarrassed the way we handled it last week at all, and either was the person that emailed me. I say this a million times. Just shed some light on what we were saying. And, I hope I'm not repeating myself. I am going to get a little. I'm going to say this because I feel like saying it. For me to understand, when we have a lot of people that that's hard to accept their children, and they're still out there. Some people go, "Come on, yes." There's still, look at YouTube. And then I had the hypothetical once. How can I relate with them? It's always better to try to relate with people, to put yourself in their shoes. And I thought about it. I thought, well, if my dad was gay, would that bother me? I thought, what about if my dad... Now, listen to me all the way through here, because I'm bearing my soul to make a point. If my dad was transgender and coming to my show, I'd love to be able to say, oh, I wouldn't care at all. I wouldn't be worried what people thought. I would be. I hate's a strong word, but I would hate myself for caring. I would know that I shouldn't. So you think, well, how many different than those parents that aren't accepting their children, or an aunt or an uncle that aren't accepting their children, or friends that aren't accepting their children? And I always say children or accepting other adults in their lives. So how many different? And you might think, oh, great, Todd, you're setting up a hypothetical situation where you look like a angel. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking doing. But I believe it's true. I'm also, not setting myself up to look like a saint. I'd be fine. I'll tell you what I wish my story was that if my dad was transgender when I was doing comedy and I was 25 years old and he was coming to a show, I wish my story was. I wish I was one of those kids that's brilliant ahead of his times, that doesn't give a shit, can turn off social pressures from outside and go, no, that's my dad and I love him, or whoever it is in your family. Could be a brother. The picture I'm painting. But here's the difference. I'd get help. I would get help. I'd go to therapy and I would say, I don't want to be this. Why do I care? Not only do I not want to care, I want to be part of admiring that person for the courage that it takes to go through that. The courage and the fear and can you fucking imagine? So I want to be on the side of being, not only accepting that person, but admiring them for, like I just said, like being so courageous to get happy. And I've talked about this, in my private life, what it would be like to have a friend going through that. And until it was my dad, and I really thought about it. But I would learn to just not, like I said, I would learn to just, be proud and be supportive, and I would get there. So that's why you get upset with people, not because they're having a hard time with it. Maybe whatever social circles you're in, it's, whatever it is, I don't know. But just, go get help. And, one time somebody asked me, would nature, this is the person that asked me that didn't necessarily believe in God, but they said, would nature, when trying to have an intelligent discussion about transgender people, would nature do that to somebody? Would nature, would God do that to somebody? Would God? Well, nature or God has people joined at the head. It happens. Nature, we all now are rolling through things in our head, what nature does. So if nature would do things to people's physicality, why couldn't nature do something inward? I would imagine it could. And, that's why, if you have a child and they're joined at the head or whatever it might be, or you see that in the countries where the doctors go in with the cleft palates and they do surgery to make these people, so I would imagine it's the same thing. But it all started because the question was, do they have once they, it goes from all this now, I don't know how to say it right. Once they give them a vagina, can they feel? Now, we all knew they had feeling, but was there a place for the man to put his pee-pee, his penis? And somebody emailed me, yes, there is. There is a way, and it has feeling. And you know what? This isn't a show about that, but It's a show where I want to go out of my way not to just spew out misinformation and all that. And there. Now you know that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
goddamn cute.
Thank you.
That little kid.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's talk about the wedding.
Thank you.
Turn that off. Here we go. We're going to talk about the wedding. Let me get my phone. What time is it?
6:54.
6:54? All right, so we're great. Tell me when we've talked about this for 25 minutes. And then at 28 minutes, hit me over the head with a sledgehammer. I love that Aristotle plays the drums. God dang. Did I do that justice, what we just talked about? I hope I did. I really do. Fuck Harry Reasoner. I heard he was transgender. That's why he was so angry at Barbara Walters. I like to say things that make no sense. Makes what? Hello. All right, so we're all right on the board for a little while because when I start talking about this wedding, it's more serious than that transgender stuff. This is when I really go to town. Transgender. This is the issues that I got to talk about.
You have a bigger list there than you did for all the other things.
I do. I do have a bigger list. You've got a bigger list, if you know what I'm talking about.
Is that a chew joke?
All right, here we go. Okay, good. There we go. All righty. So, okay, here's what we thought about. Now, look, if your wedding is in 2 weeks, let me position my mic, take another sip of my coffee. You know, I'm always afraid. I really enjoy Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan. I'm probably saying his name wrong. I loved Regis. Look, a lot of the show was Regis, and then the new person would come in, and watching that dynamic between Regis, this living legend, and then this younger person that would come in, and it still had. I just really enjoy it. I know what it's like if you like me, and then you heard me say that, and you don't like it anymore, because there's got to be someone out there that likes me but doesn't like the show, and they're like, "Oh, I want Todd to agree with me on everything, and I want to agree with you on everything." But it doesn't happen all the time. We can still be friends. We're all good. More coffee. Okay. Nice and slow. If you're having a wedding and you can't adhere and you can't do everything I'm talking about because the wedding's already in progress, to George Carlin, I'm being serious. Enjoy your wedding. I don't want you to think I'm shitting all over your wedding. Some people might not be having a wedding for another 2 years. So they can do a lot of these things. You're not going to do everything I say, but you're going to implement them. But it all started here when I was hanging out with Lynn Shore and Teresa over the weekend. And what happens a lot is you go to these weddings and the ceremonies are getting shorter. You know, the part where they get married, that's getting shorter in a lot of them, but sometimes it's too long or it's too... And all the things that are bad about a wedding, you end up just doing because you don't think about it when it's your wedding. You don't think I think that's what happens. You just forget oh my God, there was everything I hate. I redid it. So before we even get to some of the details, just start there. Wedding planners, you know, I would imagine I've been to weddings where they must have the best wedding planner in the world because they're very wealthy people, and I've been to people that have no wedding planner, and I've been to every type of wedding. But one thing that always misses are little details, and I'll bring up one of them. Look, I would never be a wedding planner because I wouldn't want fucking people, you know, telling me what they wanted. I don't like that. But then you fucking go get another wedding planner. Not going to fucking leave the lights up just because you like it and it's your wedding. What is that new habit I have? I laugh at my own jokes. But don't just repeat all the same things that were done at all the other weddings. Think about that. Start there. One of the things that I think, if I was a wedding planner, that I would do, I would approach the people and say, listen, you can get my help with this, or you don't. That's what you do. You sit down with people, or you don't need my help. A lot of times speeches get too long. So if you want to give me a list of who's making the speeches, there might be some impromptu people that you don't know about. But if you want to give me I'll talk to them on the phone, and of course I'll hit it from a loving place, and I'll say, and what I will say is, just like on the old Tonight Show with Johnny, when they were going to commercial, they'd bring a little piano music, and I would work with the DJ or the band and say, look, when they hit 2 minutes, softly bring in music. I mean softly. So if they have another, even if they went over, they still have another 30 seconds. You don't start playing them off. But, you know, you do. Well, here's the deal. When you do a lot of weddings, like I just threw something out there. Now, someone could hear it and go, but here would be the problem with that. Yeah, but the more you do it and you do it and do it, you at least deal with it. It's not even dealt with now. They just do it. You have these, you're going to go on and on. Oh, my, I'm going to fucking kill myself. So little things like that. Look, I talk about, this is one too, and again, this is, I'm afraid, if it's boiling hot out and you're Alabama, don't have your pictures taken outside. You want the best day of your life. Look, I know a lot of people that their marriages don't last forever. But guess what? I also know some people that have been happily married a long time. So I'm going to go out and say something that does start, whether, you know, whatever, even though, you know, you might care about weddings, you might not. But, you know, it could be the start of something very beautiful that's going to last a long time. Why do you want the most beautiful day of your life? Other people are fucking sticky and hot outside. What's wrong with you? But that's a side note. And do the pictures another time. Figure out another way to do the pictures. Because what happens is, you know, you have the ceremony, whatever, where they, you know, you now pronounce your man and wife, or you have, you know, maybe someone that's ordained, you know, a friend do it. A lot of people do that. I always think that's very beautiful. But I've also seen traditional rabbis and traditional priests also do them very beautiful. And then when that's all over, people go to where the reception is, and then they wait, and 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 they wait. Try to talk about that. I'm not going to tell you what to do because I don't know enough of the specifics, but at least approach it. Go, yeah, that's right. How can we change that? How can we fix that? And when it comes to a sit-down dinner, now here's where I might lose a lot of people. If you're, yes, at a high-end hotel or like a high-end affair, whatever it is, just when you have the money of all, yes, they can get 150 or 200 dinners or 90 out, and they're all hot. But it's usually harder when you're even in a reasonable priced area. But forget about that. Let's say because I'll tell you why. My friend Katie, she had the money. They had a very, very, very expensive wedding. They had a 15-piece swing band. And they had a DJ when the swing band took breaks. It was a big wedding. They did not do what I'm about to tell you to do because they didn't have money. But when you went in, they had the reception at the same place, which I always think is a nice idea. So it was an old hotel, and connected to the hotel, which was cool, was an old stone building that they used for weddings. So in one room, they had where they got married, and that was very short. And then they went down the hall, and there was that. And they must have done something because it didn't take them long to get there. But we all went into the room first, and they had stations. No sit-down dinner. There was tables everywhere, and they really cleaned those tables quickly. If you got up, they were cleaned. So if another group of people happened to walk by and want to sit there, and people just found groups they could sit at. And at first, there were just hors d'oeuvres being flooded around the room, like good hors d'oeuvres. You know, because money wasn't the object. If that's your wedding and money isn't the object, they were just flooded the room with just big, good hors d'oeuvres. And then they had stations set up in each corner. One was like a carved roast beef. I forget what the other. And there were 4 stations. They were just there all night long. And sometimes those stations changed. And they were just stations, you know what I mean? A table, it was draped. There was a guy behind it with a chef's hat, and it was very, you know, very formal looking, and there were just 4 stations in all corners of the room. So when the hors d'oeuvres stopped, there was always stations all night long. No sit-down dinner. And here's what happened. You walked in, there were hors d'oeuvres, people were mingling, some people were sitting with people they wanted to sit with, and then, I don't know, 15 minutes later, they did some of the traditional stuff. And now, for the first time ever, and you know, they played them in, like in Katie, and, you know, and what are we at time right now? How long have we been talking about this?
About 8 minutes.
8 minutes? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm going to have another sip of coffee. By the way, this is all for Steve and his wife that sent me. By the way, I didn't even answer their question. They asked me about music. We'll get to that. I got to do that last, so you have to listen.
So my point was that once we all, the reception was down the hall, or where they get married. I always forget that. Where they, you're now pronounce you man and wife, or man and man, or whatever, woman and woman. You're now your significant other. And then we all went into that room. We were probably in there 15, 20 minutes, like I said. And then all of a sudden they went, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever. And they came into the room, and the party started. Now, I thought they did a mix of I'm fine with people doing nothing traditional. If you want to have the husband dance with the daughter, all that stuff. I'm fine if you don't want to do any of that. If you just want to go, we're having a party, everybody comes, we'll make a speech, whatever element you don't want, I'm fine with. But I'm saying in the event when you go, we don't want to do all the painful things. I thought my friend Katie did it really perfectly. Yeah, when they came in, they said for the first time ever, the swing band kicked in. And then they just started playing music, and everybody was dancing. And then you sit down for dinner. First of all, sometimes it's 40 minutes before they get there. And then you got to sit down for dinner. And then they bring you a roll. And then when the fuck is this party going to start? You have you've spent a shit ton of money. Why don't you want to get things going right away? And that's what they did with Katie. That band, they wailed off. Now, keep in mind, there's just food all night long. So that was great. We never had to stop. But they did some traditional dancing, but they did it so great. They just did with the mom and the dad, but the band kept playing in the background, bum, 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 like that vamping that I like. And then they came out and they danced for about 30 seconds. And then they said, and now let's do this. And they just you know what it is? I don't have to give you the details. This goes back to something I said in the beginning of this. Think about it. Okay, what sucks at a wedding? Think about it. Don't just go into it not thinking about it. And the band played, and it was just energetic, and people were fun, and they were dancing, and there was food all night long, and just sometimes it's 2 hours before it starts. Now here's some more stuff. Lighting. Now, I know I talk about lighting all the time, but at a wedding, look, you don't light the room for 2% of the people. Oh, what 2% are you talking about? That when you turn the lights down, they go, it's too dark in here. Okay. Same at a restaurant. It's too dark in here. Yeah, but what about the 98% of the people that are all right with it? Now, listen, you have to have the lights low. I recommend stick candles, and I'll tell you why. Every other candle, as the night goes on, unless it's an oil candle, wax fills up around the stem of the wick of the candle, and the fire gets smaller and smaller. If you have one stick candle in the center of every table, the wax melts away from the wick, so the flame is bright. And even if you're in a room that's the most expensive room in the world at the Ritz-Carlton, still, those candles are about a lot of the atmosphere. So have those stick candles and have the lights low. But when it comes time to dancing, which in my case is right up front, have the lights low. You should see the candles. You should walk into a room. It should seem intimate and different. And lower the fucking lights. Lower the lights in the hallway. Get there early. I don't mean early, before. Talk to the wedding planner. Look at where you come in and go, can we get those lights lowered in the hallway there? And if you have, and by the way, if you don't have money for an open bar, fuck your sit-down dinner. That didn't sound very nice. By the way, to George Carlin, I'm half serious. I don't like to be, because what I'm saying is if you don't have any money, if you're broke, or you know what I mean, you just don't have the money, then go with just hors d'oeuvres all night long. Even the stations, if they go, the stations are too much, we'd have to have no station. Hors d'oeuvres, from the second you get in there, just flood it out. They're coming out, they're coming out, they're coming out. That's what it was like at Brian Regan's. He just had a party, but every time, not little teeny hors d'oeuvres. I'm talking just do that. It's worth to not have dinner to have an open bar and a better DJ. Because let me tell you something. If a room's dark, if you can have everything, yeah, that's great. But if you can't, if a room's dark and there's open bar and great music, people are going to have fun. They're not going to leave and go, oh, God, I wish there was better food. I'm telling you, put your money into that. Hey, I know you're getting married. You got someone else. What do? You got to agree on all these things. Yeah, you do. I get it. It's not as easy if you're thinking, oh, Todd's right. I'm probably starting fights right now. And when it comes to if the DJ's setting up, look, the music is everything about your wedding. You might have someone that suggests somebody, and you go, well, if they suggested them, how could they be bad? The music, look, the music is so god-awful important. Because, yes, music can be too loud. Can music be too loud at a wedding? Yeah, it can be. But that's not usually the problem. I get it. There can be a situation where even I would be like, here's what you do. Your DJ has to be set up in front of the dance floor. A lot of times they put their speakers to the whole room. You know what I mean? They set up one all the way on that corner, one all the way on that corner. The energy, now when bands play, they usually do set up right in front of the dance floor. Their speakers are right in front of the dance floor. So they don't usually make that mistake, but DJs do. So make sure those speakers, and go see them at a wedding. Make sure that sound system sounds good. Don't trust somebody. You might be trusting someone that doesn't know. If you were at their wedding, you'd be like, ugh, no wonder they thought he was good. And by the way, tell your DJ to shut the fuck up. Not when he has to talk. Once he starts playing music. I was at a wedding once. Hey, we're going to play a little Arrows. Just shut the fuck up. When you got to introduce the bride and the groom and it's time to cut the cake, I get it. That's important. Oh, by the way, oh, God. Look, if someone isn't having a wedding, they're not listening. I was at a wedding where it was a Jewish wedding, and the person, they had a DJ. This was not Katie. This was someone else. They just had a DJ, but the DJ hired 2 people to lift the chair. And I thought, what a great idea. I go, where are those guys from? They were obviously big guys, like guys that would walk around the gym, and but they were dressed up in suits, but they were hired from the DJ. He brings them with him, so when they have to lift people up in the chair, you know, sometimes you get someone that's hard to lift up, that everyone got to be lifted up in the chair. And when they lifted you up, you could tell you were comfortable because they were strong and they could lift you. I don't know how you arranged that, but whoever did that, I would have never thought about that. I thought, that is a great idea. You know, in the Jewish tradition, how they put you in the chair and they lift you up and like, ha, ba, 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 ba. But anyway, that was another thing. But make sure your DJ sets up in front of the dance floor. His speakers are in front. And look, here's another thing you're probably not going to do, but I'm going to tell you, if you do it, you're going to write me a letter and thank me. Get a drummer. I know not everyone's going to be able to do this because you go, how do you do that? And how do they know every song? They don't have to. A good drummer can sit down. Yeah, you can send him the playlist, but most of the time the music's playing. So if it takes him 8 seconds to find the beat of the song, it's still coming out the PA system. It's still coming out the amplification system or whatever. Still, you know, so he's just, but when he plays along, man, it just sounds like a band. That bass that's right there with the drummer smack in front of the dance floor. That's a bonus. Now, here comes to what you asked me. What type of music? Now, I'm probably not going to really answer you because I don't have a list of songs, but I can tell you what I like. I like when the DJ's all over the place. Obviously, he has to play songs you like, but go all over the place. Do something of today and then go way back, play a disco song out of nowhere, and then go all over, then, you know, do something progressive, and then, you know, just go all over the place. And I think it keeps people, you know, you just don't want to have, like, you know, it just is just nice when the DJ is like, people get silly out of nowhere. They hear a disco song, everyone will go out to the dance floor. I got one other thing. And again, I'm being very honest here with the drummer. I get it. Not a lot of people are going to know where to start with that. But for my mom's 70th birthday, we had it in Philadelphia, and there was I had a drummer and a DJ, and there was, long story short, 2 people that were friends of the drummer, and I said, hey, will you come tomorrow? You can hang out, drink, eat, and I'll pay you just to dance. And they brought 2 other people. They're like, hey, we have 2 other friends. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I love that. Man, when 2 people are out there, it really gets everyone else going out sometimes. Some groups don't need it. Others do. If it's dark, and they also danced with themselves, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the other boyfriend, and the other girlfriend, but they also went out and danced with other people, too. And it was really great. And it really helped. But that's something you might not need. You might go, no, with our group, we're not going to need that. But I thought, that really helped. And the music, so there you go. I think I covered everything. We might take a pause right here if we need to, but don't. But pictures, music all over the place, sit down, the candles. Is there any questions in the room anybody have for me? You guys don't give a shit. Okay, so we'll clean that pause up, okay? Hold on, let me just think, because I think we're good. All righty. So I think we're good. Check on the. I'm really, because this is it. This is the wedding show. This is the wedding pre-show. Make sure if you're at a place the air conditioning works. They're not going to tell you our air conditioning's shoddy. Most beautiful day of your life. Check. Ask the wedding planner or whoever's at the place. Go there one night when it's hot. Walk in while they're having a wedding. You don't want to learn on your wedding that the air conditioning sucked. You don't want to find out the night of your wedding, oh, great. Heat is not so important. Heat, the room's going to, obviously. So just think of all those things.
Todd, I've got a question. What about the presentation of the cake? What are you doing there when you cut it?
All right, don't be rude. I know you don't give a shit. Do you really care?
Yeah, I really do.
Presentation of the cake. You motherfucker. I got nothing on that. The president, put it on a table with a skirt. Then fucking put some, I don't know. But no, I don't care about the cake. I'm just laughing because it's like all my passion. And what about the presentation of the cake? It's on a table. It's time to cut the cake. It's time to cut the cake. Hi-ho the dairy-o. It's time to cut the cake and eat your fucking cake. No, the cake, I understand people wanting traditional things. With all the stuff I'm saying do different, I like the traditional cake out there. Oh, I know how I'll end. Oh, boy, am I going to start fights right now. I don't want to. But let me tell you something. This says a lot. Susie Orman once said something about weddings. Look, I get if you don't have any money to have a wedding and you have to put a certain amount in your credit card. There's a certain amount you can put on that's realistic. But she says you're not going to enter into the biggest lie of your life, and that's having a wedding you can't afford. And by the way, if you're two people and you both do it, that's not really the problem. If two people hear this, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or, I always, it goes to traditional relationships. When two people and your significant other are sitting in a room and you both agree with what I'm saying and you look at each other and you're like, he's right, that's not a problem. The problem is if one person is like, and the other person doesn't, what do you do? But she's saying when you're spending, we're not talking about if you have no money, but you go, we're going to put this on a credit card. Maybe you've proven in your past that you can put things on credit cards and pay them off. But when you're going way out of your league, she's going, oh, really? Now I'm paraphrasing what Susie Orman says. But what you're saying is, oh, we're going to start our life with the biggest lie in the fucking world. And the lie is we're going to spend more than we have. But then we'll go to sleep and we wake up that day, we're going to revert to honesty with what we have to spend. It doesn't sound right, does it? How the fuck does that happen? So who were the people that just had that wedding they couldn't afford? So what, you just go to bed and you wake up and then you're going to start your life differently? You start your life with the biggest lie in the world. You start your life with the biggest lie in the world, and that's having a wedding that's out of your budget. And don't do it. And if right now you're in the room with someone and you're both going, oh, and one agrees and one doesn't, and you're sitting there sweating under your shirt because you think it makes sense and you think you're doing this, go to couples counseling. Well, how would that hurt? Doesn't mean you have to be in there every week. Like I say, go unravel it. And by the way, how did this go from wedding planning to couples counseling? I'm not there right now where I'm just worried about I'm worried. I'm saying a lot of shit. But I talked to Lynn and Teresa the other night, and I said if I had no money at all, but I wanted a wedding that still looked cool, but no, like what you got, like no money, I swear to you, I would go just find a cool place. Because atmosphere is everything. Like I said, and I knew a friend that had a wedding. It was an old schoolhouse, and they had weddings there, and it was like dirt cheap because it was the gymnasium of the old school. But it was all stone walls, and going up there was ivy all over. Trust me, it was ivy and just a square room with stone walls. And I went to something there, and I thought, I remember thinking this could be cool. And if that was me, I would find a place like that. I would have 4 corners. I don't care if it was those, you know what you make pancakes on? Those electric Skittles. And I would have grilled cheese being made in one corner all night long with a guy behind there with the hat and the white thing. And then maybe little burgers over at another corner. There's like one person had like a little pizza oven. And in one corner they were making like pizzas all night long. But they were being served up. They had real plates and this was like the classiest way. You have a room like that, and if you have every table has stick candles on it, and it's dark, and in 4 corners of the room, there's just finger food all night long. You can go over and get it, but there's a great DJ and liquor. You know how cheap you can do that, and people the next day are going to go, God, was that a lot of fun. You can do something really – that would be a really good thing for someone to do, a wedding planner that does really high-end looking affairs for, really – you would think, well, who wouldn't want them dirt cheap? You have to know a lot of tricks. Like if you have no money, what do? I give my friend Nikki a lot of credit. I went to a friend of mine, Andrea and Dane. I went to their rehearsal dinner, and she could probably do this. She's very creative, and something I wouldn't even have thought of. In the middle of all the tables, just on the rehearsal dinner, there were wine bottles, and wine bottles you can get free. And they took pictures of Andrea and Dane, and they glued them to the wine bottle and then shellacked them so they looked old and cracked. And then there was a stick candle in the middle, and she had some sort of flower around the base. Like, what's it called? Whatever, baby's breath. I think that's what it's called. So it was just like the wine bottle, and then it was sitting on a thing and a stick candle. And the whole room. It looked really cool. You walked in there. It was like, fuck. That's cheap. Centerpiece. So, there you go. I hope you're going to get a divorce before you get married. But why am I... You know what? I don't want to make it look like that. Why do you... but I'll feel better. I'll sleep at night. Wait, how did my good ideas for a wedding turn into like... Because I know that I'm throwing a lot out there. By the way, I'm not worried about you, Steve. If your wife listens to my show and you listen to my show, you guys are fine. But I'm worried halfway through this. That's what happened. I was like, oh, because, hey, planning a wedding can get very, and I think people listening know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not overreacting. It's like, someone loves something and you want to do something, and then I come in the middle and I throw all this at you, and you're like, ugh. Well, you'll be fine. All righty, everybody. Do we have any nice music to play? Any nice wedding music when we take a break and we send Uber to go get James? By the way, not Uber, the town car service. We have a new guy working for us. His name is Uber. Come to the mic, Uber.
Hello. What? What's wrong? You guys laughing at me?
Aristotle. That's Arsenio and Aristotle is Aristotle. Where did you meet Uber?
I met him at a bus stop.
And Uber, he just walked over to you?
Yeah, he just came up and...
Uber, what did he say to you?
He asked if...
No, Uber, what did he say to you? Uber, go to your mic. What did he say to you?
What did Aristotle say to me?
You're doing a great job. You know what I love that you're even doing it? It's so much work I'm throwing your way. And I knew the second I threw it your way, like, what voice will he do? I get nervous with voices. And I'm a professional.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sounds like Uber just smoked pot. Does Uber always smoke pot right before he goes to the mic? He goes like this. Uber, where'd you meet him? Hey, man, I'm at the bus stop. Hey, man, what's up? All right. Listen, everybody, I want you to just... hope all my advice was good. We're going to do a serious show. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to drop a serious show. I got so much stuff I want to talk about, and we're going to deal with it all on the serious show that we're going to do. So let's take a break right now. Hold on. What time is it? 7:21. Okay. So we're going to take a break, and James is going to be here. It's going to be great fun. Oh, is there anything else? I think we're good. What do we play when we go to break?
Got one.
You got one? Yeah. It's a surprise?
Yeah.
Is it a surprise?
Well, I think you've heard the song before.
Is it this?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. How'd you know?
You swear to God?
No, it was not going to be that.
Oh. All right. Isn't it funny how swear to God is in our is the word lexicon? It's in our just so in swear to God, Yeah, all right, here we go. Hey, by the way, do you know who sent this in?
Sure do. It was Kyle Canarico.
Kyle Canarico.
Kyle Canario.
Kyle Kinane sent it in. Okay, great. What if I'm that sloppy? Kyle Kinane. It reminds me of a comedian. Kyle Kinane sent it in. Sandy.
Sally sells, she sells.
No, say Sandy. Shortcuff sent it in.
Todd, actually, you know what? I wrote it wrong. Sandy Shortcuff sent it in.
Okay, so we got a thing from Sarah Silverman. All I know is comedians' names. He took the kid that sings Frank Sinatra, and he took Frank Sinatra, who sings Frank Sinatra. Well, I should say the kid who sings My Way and Frank Sinatra who sings My Way. And he blended them together. And let me tell you something about this kid. We've worked him into bits that don't really involve who he is as a kid. He's just, we're like, But somewhere that kid's out there. And again, he's adorable.
The shooting bit?
Yeah, the shooting bit. Oh, that's one of those things I went, oh, but it has nothing to do with him. This does have to do with him. Here's this adorable little kid. And if you see him with the video of it, it's just, It's one of those things you just like. It's like a cute little puppy. And then you got Frank Sinatra, and he's adorable. Hey, I'm Frank Sinatra. And they both sing together. Here we go. We'll be back with James.
So I face the final curtain.
This should be your wedding song, everybody. While you walk down the aisle.
I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, which I'm certain. I lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it.
Oh, hi, everybody. Get all nice. Meanwhile, before we were on the air, I'm like, listen, you son of a bitches. You fucking hit that. Oh, James is here, everybody.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm not here for your applause. Shut up, you worms.
What? Oh, I
You
feel
know what he says?
Can I let's play in his? Can we? I'm so excited to play this song that Jingle Joe said he met you outside of. What's going on? What are you doing over there?
I'm just getting ready.
Oh, you
Todd can't stand. I have my notebook and I have a pen and a beer.
It's
and
so
this-
straight.
It has.
But what's that? That looks like dirty. Is that
my
a wallet?
It's my wallet.
Why don't
What
you
do
go put it in the basket?
I walked in. Todd's like, "Don't put anything." I put it back down. Get this out of here.
No, I don't say it like that. I will let you say what I do as long as you don't change the tone of my voice.
So Todd comes in and goes,
Why are you doing this? Get this mess off my podcast.
That makes me sound worse. Tell what you said.
you have a tie, a big fat tie that can you have your pants pulled up above your belly, above your belly button.
I'm not going to enjoy any bit where I dress like that.
I sell corks.
No, I don't enjoy
Would
it.
you like to buy a cork?
I'm not going to enjoy a bit.
Smells nice
James?
with some wine.
James, I think our listeners know what my problem is. They're already going, I know what Todd's upset about.
It's a little bit off kilter. Like something's not exactly lined up.
No. Well, first of all, we're going to have to do something with you moving over there. You. Let me tell you something. Stop picking that. Stop, seriously.
It was helping you. It was a folded,
You were
it was
not
a,
helping
It was a
me.
folded corner.
Okay, listen.
It looks better.
First of all, let me say this. I should save. I know every week I say I'm in a great mood. I'm in a great mood.
He's
And
on
let
a
me
soapbox.
explain so you
He
don't
just got up on a soapbox.
so you don't think I'm being phony. Yeah, this is like, you're going to be in a good mood because you're doing this. That's why. Like, I get into funks, but I'm never on a funk on the show because it's so much fun to do. So that's why every week I'm always like, I'm in a great mood because I am.
This is about as depressed as I get. Doing your show.
Oh, oh my God, you're competing with me. You're like,
Yeah.
to tell you, and I have a great time on your show, Todd. But to show you how good my life is, this is the worst thing that happens. Doing your show, and you're like, you're not trying to be mean. You're like, when I do your show, I fucking have a blast.
I'm just blessed.
Still the worst part of my week.
I'm really blessed.
It's still the worst part of my week. Why am I repeating it? I didn't get the
No. There was
the jubilation I needed.
There was two guys. There was two guys who weren't listening to that part of the podcast. They were like, "Oh, I'm glad he did.
Yeah, they did what?
I'm glad he did repeat it. I'm glad I picked it up."
The wife goes, he just repeated that joke. The husband goes, or significant other. I'm still very clinical when I fix myself in there.
Yeah, it was two wives.
Two wives. You
Yeah.
never know. And the wife goes, oh, I'm glad. That's funny. She goes, he just said it a minute ago. And then they go, no, he didn't. And then that's why it's good I said it again. All right, stop with your whatever you do.
What if there was a joke? What if there was a?
Hold on 1 second.
What if there was a fight? Somebody was like, "I didn't hear that joke," and then we say it again.
But I love what you just did, James. And I'll get to your joke. I go, wait a second. You literally waited a second and then started talking again. Usually when someone says, wait a second, it's
more than a second.
It's because they want to get something in there.
Go for it. Go for it.
Do it again. Talk. I go, wait a second.
Wait a minute. You just told me to talk.
Hold on. Can you wait a second?
Hold on a second. Yeah. Anyway, was right.
So listen. So when you came in here, you said that I have my pants pulled up in a tie. My problem with that bit was I'm not going to enjoy a bit. And I did say this, but you didn't hear me. Where I look like that. I don't like bits where I look like, would I do it if I was on SNL and they wanted me to? Yeah, I would. But in this show, I have control over all the bits.
All right, you missed this season of
What am
casting.
I Hold on. What am I wearing? Do the bit again where I'm the guy, but I'm dressed nice.
Okay.
And then maybe I can enjoy it.
You want to buy a cork?
He's on a white stallion. He's riding a white horse.
Would you like to buy some corks?
Don't be silly about it. I'm in the store.
on a white horse.
Oh,
It's a small pony, but it's
true.
white.
All right, so listen.
And you still have your pants pulled up in a fat.
No, you know it. Okay, I'm not going to get upset because it's fake, but
Don't worry, it's a unicorn.
play that thing.
Snappy.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
What if we did this? What if we did that? What if someone we know had the voice down pat?
Listen.
That guest you know.
Listen to the words.
What if he just did voices all show? What if we welcomed an impression instead of the guest James Adomian's impression of Todd? James Adomian's impression of Todd.
Now hold on, you got to listen to this. Why aren't you listening? I want you to listen to the podcast. Listen to it for a second. No, seriously, I want you to stop it and start it over. Stop the song. Stop the song real quick. Just stop it right now. Hold on a second. James, what are you doing? James, you're sitting there. You're blowing bubbles everywhere. I told you not to do anything gay. You're literally. Is that the word?
You know what I wish we could do?
You're literally blowing bubbles
Can I
everywhere.
stop you for a second? Do I sound like? No, I don't sound like that. Hey, James, you want to? Do try to do me for like really.
Look, just do the impression of me just for a second. See, I don't sound like that. I never
guess
made
I do sound like
Look,
that.
I don't sound
I'm
anyway
trying not
like
to do you doing me now. I don't sound like that. Hey, listen, guys, can we just do me a favor?
I would love it if the cops came right now and we had to be like, I'm Todd Glass.
No, I'm Todd Glass. No, look, I guess I do sound like that. If you can get it to right where he goes, the impersonation part of Todd Glass, and we could keep playing it through the show, it's almost worth looping it now and taking a break. And then, by the way, leave that in that we're going to do it. But let's cut here, loop that, and we'll use it throughout the whole show. I think it'll be fun. So just make the cut here, and we'll come back. It'll be looped
I understand
already.
what you're doing, but I just want to register my disagreement.
Oh, I feel so better that I stopped out of nowhere and took a breath of fresh air.
Oh, what a great break that was.
Here's what
we took a
people know
jog.
we did. They know we did. We just looped that thing, so we'll use it later.
We took a jog to Taco Bell.
We took a jog to Taco Bell. So here's what I wanted to say. Let me finish my sentence. Put your wallet away.
No, I understand. I'm getting ready for it. Hold on.
What, do you have a bit?
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm always in a good mood. I'm going to go full circle here. I'm always in a good mood when I'm doing the show. But there's times when you're, how do you say it, like in an extra good mood. It's like I love doing comedy everywhere I do comedy. But there's some clubs that are extra exciting for me. That's what it is when you're here. So I feel so good. So from the minute you walk in this fucking place, there's like this frenetic, good, silly energy. And I feel great right now. Is that okay to say that?
Don't worry, Todd. You're not the only one. Look, I like swimming, I like champagne, and I like to wrestle.
Do me. I mean, do your impersonation.
But, I don't like.
No, do it.
Do me. Wait, don't do it. But not like that. Not anything gay.
Now look what we can do.
Whatever.
Now play.
Hold on a second.
Impression of Todd, James Adomian's impression.
Now what
Okay,
happens?
stop it there. Now I want you to loop just one word.
Again.
Just a loop of.
Here's the way I picture it. When the music comes off, you do 5 seconds of me, and then the music comes right back on again. Okay. Right now. Go.
See, what do I want to do? It's just a show we want to do, and you're a guest that I like to have on the show, but not. See, I like you when you're on the show, but not when you're in between the bits.
Adomian's impression of Todd, James Adomian's impression.
See, the problem is on the microphone it sounds the same, but when you're not doing, if you can't see it, well, you have to get a picture to show them because otherwise they're not going to know.
Adomian's impression of Todd, James Adomian's impression of Todd.
Don't do.
Look at my collection of dresses.
Do some. I'm trying to. Notice you didn't get. Why do I care?
Isn't there a?
Where's that like that's gonna make me like, because you.
My name's Shifty. I'm the worst guest you've ever had.
Oh, hi, Shifty.
What?
Hold on. No, what is he? What are you doing? Oh, hey, Shifty. Well, anyway, where are you from? Why would I be? I have to have this bit make sense. Why do I have to interview Shifty? How was the owner of the studio?
Yeah, my dad owns all of it.
Hey, Shifty, where are you from?
Well, me, I'm from inside of your dumb ass.
Oh, I hate this guy.
That's Shifty.
Play it again.
Adomian's impression of
You see, he wasn't even doing an impression of me. He was doing a stupid character, Shifty. I don't like it. Why do we have to? Well, cut it off. Cut it out. Let's get rid of the guests. Let's get somebody else in here. Is Kumail Nanjiani available?
All right, hold on. Put the sticks back. Oh, I just got to enjoy it. I can't. You're going to be a loose cannon sometimes. That wallet, I would do anything to have that wallet
The reason,
put away. And I just
would you reimburse me for the cap? I wanted you to reimburse me on the microphone.
How much was that? Be honest.
Well, I mean,
just say.
I didn't write it out, so I just want to know. What do you think is fair?
$25. I don't know.
Yeah, it was before the tip.
All right, let's do this off the air.
No. Come on. You afraid? You gypped me last time. I want to make sure.
I gypped you. I think.
All right, so you say $25. So then a tip on top of that. What do you? It's going to be 27 something. Plus he's Armenian. I gave him a little bit extra.
Why?
Because I'm Armenian.
Oh, okay.
So it's like what do you think? $30?
Yeah.
All right, I got some more receipts too.
Love me tender, love me sweet.
No, Danielle. Danielle, seriously, Steve, put Danielle away from the mic. Don't let her sing.
Danielle, stop.
You have made my
No. She can't do that in the middle of the show. I'm not shitting around. Danielle,
stop. Here. I got it.
No.
So
hold on. Does she sing?
Love me
Danielle,
tender,
stop singing in the middle of the show. You know what? Let her just sing it. Let her sing it, and then we'll talk about it. This is horrible.
I'm sorry, Todd. I'm sorry.
Let her sing. Give her the mic.
So this is the receipt on the way over here,
for
Todd.
my darling.
All right, that bit's
There's
over.
also a cab I had to get last night from Largo because some of the bits we're doing on the podcast I worked out last night, and I need you to reimburse me for that cab too.
Quiet, please. First of all, I'm going to get to you in your wallet, but also way too much microphone moving. But I know you tried to make it seem real, but I was like, oh, he doesn't have to be wrestling it from a monkey. Like a little microphone movement. Now back to you in this wallet.
And if you could reimburse for one more cab, I had a very good audition earlier today.
I should be able to. Here's what I just thought. Why, Todd, are you sure you're not just blowing out comedy gold? Like, do this bit with the wallet with him. It's funny. Like, you're handing me over receipts. I get it. But yet, the messiness of it, I can't. I want a bit where your wallet's away. And it's not out. Part of the bit. Can I take your wallet and put these cards back in it?
Todd's going to have the only late night show that doesn't involve any props or sets at all. It's
That's
just
right.
it's a white background like Charlie Rose.
What do you go put this in that basket?
All right, count the money. Count it.
$100
He just
bill.
grabbed my wallet. I want you to count the money, Jake.
No one's going to take your money. Jake's wealthy. His parents.
I know it's you I'm worried about. He had his hands. He had his shifty Todd Glass hands on that.
Oh, Jesus.
He had it for a good 10 seconds. You see how he pawed
Sock it to me, baby. My friend said he was walking out of the elevator, and a guy came out of the elevator with a big afro and like the cool mustache that went around the side and dressed like just like a lot of style. And my friend Lynn told me this, who does the music for the show, and he walked by him, and he put his hand up to make that, like, you know, the fist to the, you know what I mean, the fist, and he goes, my man. And Lynn goes, I felt like $1 million. Like, I was, like, the president acknowledged me. Like, this guy had a great.
My man.
He goes, my man. I was like, yeah, that's right. Fucking thank you. That's what I would say if that guy did that to me. My man.
You would be like, can I take a picture with you, please?
My man. My man.
Wait a minute. You're a little bit robotic there as well.
Yeah, that did sound a little robotic.
My man. My man.
Yeah. Sock it
to me, motherfucker.
That's what I would say. That's the only thing you could try to be cool back.
Sock it to me, baby.
I think he'd be pissed at you. You fucking shitting me? I'm the cool guy. I say,
my man.
And then this is him telling the story.
So anyway, you know how I always go up to people and I say, sock it to me?
The more
I always say, my man. That's what I say.
Let's start over.
The more he has to say, the less impressive the voice sounds.
But let's remember, we have to remember in the beginning what it was like. Here's this guy telling the story.
Honey, you know how I always go up to people? You know, it's my way of embracing them, and I'll go, my man.
Yeah, I understand.
Of course I fall in love with her.
Yeah, no, I'm your wife. What's the problem? What's the problem?
By the way, I now know what laughing sounds like with that sound effect. Because I was going.
Do you have another problem, a crazy anecdote?
Yes.
Let me guess. It was in the elevator?
Can I talk?
Sure, slowly and deeply.
You know how I always go up to people and I go, my man.
Constantly.
Well, today some guy walks by and he goes, "Suck it to me, motherfucker."
That's just rude.
He was trying to be cooler than me.
Look,
he was trying to be cooler than me. I'm sorry. I understand when we met, you told me that because of my voice, I had to slow down and enunciate the words.
Because people are going to think that you're cool.
My man.
Why would you even say that to him?
So let me retell that whole story. So anyway, you know how I always go up to people.
I'm going to blow my brains out.
You know how I always go up to people and I say, "My man." Well, today, a guy went over to me and he said, "Suck it to me, motherfucker."
If you get to the punchline, I'm pulling the trigger.
All right. Oh, God.
Do you want to have sex now?
Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should.
Let's hear what that sounds like with Aristotle playing drums. And really play. Don't be afraid. Play it again. Go ahead. Here we go. You ready? We should stop with drums. Go ahead.
Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should stop.
God damn it, I love it. Aristotle, I'm so glad you're here. Katie didn't play the drums.
She's still cooler than me, though.
What if you go? What if Katie? No, I don't like to make those type of jokes. Well, now I should, so you know what I was going to say, and it's not a cheap way of doing it. I was going to say, what if Katie had passed away, and all I say well, that's why I don't like. No, of course I don't want. Listen,
you're like, I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't.
You're going to understand what
What
my
if Katie
joke
was in the hospital for 20 years?
No, if Katie was, and I was going to joke was, and it was the day after, and everyone's talking about her and remembering her, and I go, I know, but she couldn't play the drums like Aristotle. People are like, Todd, that was the joke, the bit. But I don't like even fake bits where. Why is that? And I'm being to George Carlin. Like, I will make the most twisted jokes. We talk about this on the show, but then there's certain things
you don't want to do.
In the middle of it. So I could be doing another joke about someone was dead if it was Rory and me doing it. But sometimes when I'm doing it, I'm like, ugh, it just feels like, I don't like this bit. Does that make sense to you at all?
Motherfucker.
Man, that makes so much sense.
That was a big boring festival I had in the middle of my show.
Don't worry, we'll edit out all your parts. We'll just look, I'm going to stick around for 20 minutes afterwards and overdub anything you need.
Adomian's impression of Todd. James Adomian's impression of.
Look, all I want is for all the things to be done the exact way that I want them to be done without having to say how they have to be done. Why is that so difficult?
Adomian's impression of Todd. James Adomian's impression of Todd.
You see, you could almost hear me play it again a little bit in the microphone before you.
Did you hear it? God, that could have been me.
Impression of Todd. James Adomian's.
You know what I'm talking about? What if I did that?
What if I really did that?
What if I really did
what
that?
If I really,
do the laugh. Do the laugh. Son of a bitch! God damn it, that was fucking real.
Do you believe me now, Mr. Glass? Suddenly I'm wearing a black robe. I'm like, do you understand the powers I have, Mr. Glass?
Do you realize that you do it, and then I'm going to do it you go, and I literally go, Right, listen, stop it. I don't know where to, I'm going to tease with this. We have a guest that's going to come by. He's only coming by for about a minute right now. Then we're going to talk to him a little bit. We're going to do his show live from this fucking room. And then we're going to do it for about 3 or 4 minutes. And then when that guest has to leave, and they'll come back and they're going to end the show. But I want to, let's do something here.
Westwood One in Culver City, California. That's right. It's the Todd. I'm right here on La Cienega.
Hi, Tom. I love you. Understand women.
I don't care.
I don't care.
It's the Tom Leykis.
I don't care.
I'm fat, but I get a lot of pussy.
You want to port my pussy, sweetheart?
2 double cheeseburgers with a side of fries.
That's right.
I'm cramming honey and mayonnaise down that rat.
That's right. I'm going to put honey and mayonnaise on that rat's fucking mouth. Because I'm not like a...
I'm wanted in Nevada, baby. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
But I love the overly.
I'm going to punch a kid.
What's this?
Spend less dough and get more ass. Baby want a steak? Baby gotta wait, cause I ain't spending more than $40 on a date. Buy ya, liquor, don't buy ya. B, if she answers the cell phone, disappear.
Our guest is Tom Likas.
Here on the Tom Likas program. Hello, Todd.
No time to spoil.
We're on the phone now. Open Friday, Flash Friday, open lines. Tom? We're on with Tom in Temecula. Your old Tom, yellow.
Hey, Tom, love your show.
Well, thank you, son.
Hey, what should you spend on your wedding ring?
Look, if you have bought a wedding ring, take it off your finger and throw it in the trash.
This is the girl I love.
Yeah, you want to do it. Put it in your ass, make it smell like shit, then rub it in her mother's face.
Hello, Tom.
Yeah,
I like when you say on the air
from somewhere.
We'll go next. We're gonna go to Marcus and Redondo Beach. Your old yellow.
Tom, I love it.
Yo,
hey,
thank
Tom.
you. Do you care?
I do care, actually, buddy.
I do care.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Turn your radio down.
Oh, shit, honey, turn the radio down.
Turn the radio down, you fool.
I love you. Tom,
I don't care.
All right.
And the guy hangs up. He got nervous. Tom made him shit in his pants.
Welcome another call.
Yeah. Make it a girl.
Kimberly in Huntington Beach, your old Tom yellow.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hello, Kimberly. Are you attracted to my voice?
Tom, I don't mind when you say certain women do that.
Well, I was saying that if you just listen to it again, I was saying that
I listen.
Yes, but
I'm
no.
saying,
Look,
I don't deny.
You are a shrill, shrieking shrew.
I don't deny that women do what you're saying. I'm just saying men do the same thing. Can't you at least acknowledge that?
Women murder men with condoms. Never use a condom unless you want to be murdered by a woman. And you're calling up because I'm ruining your plan. You want to get your plan. We got it. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to take you out. I've got a big bowl. You know what I'm talking about? It's the Todd Likas Show. I don't care. I'm going to take you out barbecue beef style.
Tom Likas is sitting across from me.
Yeah.
That's the longest opening we've ever played, was a montage of your show over the years. We've never sat down and interviewed. We play you all the time. What happened to your show? Where's your show? Nobody knows.
The show. Well.
Oh, I didn't know
tell
you talk like this in regular interviews.
Todd.
What if this is what even in an interview, he hasn't had a show in so long, so whenever he does an interview, well, you're doing it
Todd
already.
and I are neighbors. We have beach houses in Santa Barbara, California.
Where is your show? Do you have a show now? Are you doing a show?
Stop saying show like I don't have a show.
Well,
whenever I walk into a bar and I start blabbering at someone, blubbering and blabbering, that becomes my show. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And now, back to more.
Can I tell you?
Ow! Who left the stove on?
Even interviewing him?
Look,
I don't know if I liked it. Do you like doing, be honest, in a bit, do you like playing the real him being interviewed, like, where's your show now?
Yeah, let's do it.
You do like that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I didn't know if it would go somewhere good or bad.
It went bad, but let's do it for real.
Okay. Play us out again. So we just played. All right,
It's the Todd.
I can't be doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
You play clips and he loves it. He's like,
I really showed them.
He loves his jingle that much. Play Jingle again, and he loves it.
he's like Jabba.
Oh my God, that's
he's like
me.
Jabba the Hutt.
Hold on,
He's eating a person.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. let me stop it one more time. So James is sitting here eating grapes, like he's Tom Likas.
Like Jabba the Hutt meets Tom Likas.
We're playing your old jingles from a while ago, and when we start fading them out, you can obviously hear that you're enjoying them. Okay, here, let's do it again. I love saying what we just did and doing it again. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And now, back to more Tom. Yeah. Tom. That's a classic. Who left the stove on? Now that's entertainment. Oh my God. You think you could do Afternoon Drive without being that caustic? Without that sounding like that much of an asshole? I did Afternoon Drive for how long do you think I was on the air,
think,
Todd?
honestly, is this an honest interview?
Yes. How long do you understand to me I was on the air?
You probably were on the air. I don't know doing the whole thing with the, with the women and the men and all that.
Broadcasting.
That was probably just when
No, I started in news. I started as a disc jockey, a little radio professional.
Okay, so you were doing the Dr. Dr. Tom, that was about, what, 10 years?
KFIM 640 Stimulating Talk Radio.
And how many years did you do that?
I have been a broadcaster for 38 years. Do you have an idea how much time that is?
I remember listening to you when you actually did serious interviews, and you were very good at it.
Yeah.
Do you miss it? Seriously, Tom, look, I'm being serious. Like, I know you.
Listen, dear. I understand you were being serious. Listen, sweetheart.
He still talks to everybody like that.
I understand that you are.
By the way, I listen to your show. I'm not one of those guys that's going to deny it. I listen to it ironically. I think you do perpetuate a lot of stereotypes. I'm not going to deny that. But
don't worry, I understand. I'll sign an autograph. I will sign an autograph.
Why are you lifting that thing to the microphone? You brought your jingle with you?
It's on a tape recorder.
Yeah.
Who left the stove on?
Oh my God! By the way, can I tell you? I love everybody in this room, and I'll tell you why. Because I look over at Danielle, and I look over. What's your name again, Steve? I look over at Steve, and I look at Jake, and I look at Aristotle, and him loving his jingle is affecting us all in a very, I'm going to rip my insides out.
You better believe it.
It's that. Do it again. Do it again.
Because you can do it. You can do it totally dead in your eyes. Like, I haven't experienced joy in 50 years.
But
I just got a big phone. What I'm talking about? It's the Todd like a shoe.
That's showing them something. I made 4 women jump off a building that day. That's what I consider broadcasting success. You know what I'm talking about?
What is this? Play this.
Ice cream, the recipe something serious.
Hold on.
Ice cream makes everyone so delirious.
No, what's that? I feel like doing this now.
Air. Todd finds it delectable, yes, fresh. Air.
Ooh.
The most respectable refresh. Air.
Now let's play it over with drums. Play it over. Start it from the beginning. Start it from the beginning.
Fresh air. Todd finds it delectable, yes, fresh.
Really?
Now,
let me hear. Hold on. You don't talk during the jingles.
Well, I want to just play it with me just eating a little hot dog along with the music.
Fresh air. Todd finds it delectable, yes, fresh air.
No, I like mustard, but I don't like to put on a whole dog. I like to squirt mustard in front of every bite. You know what I mean? I take a bite, I put more mustard on.
Air. It's really nothing serious.
Oh, Todd. Todd. You're old Todd, yellow.
Can you want to post it?
Todd, you're old Todd, yellow.
Can you give me a post-it, a red magic marker? I have to write something down. That was beautiful. And by the way, this is...
and it needs to be written on the craziest format possible.
That's what we looped. Hold on, let me do this. Just give me a second. Just give me 1 second, please. Don't go
I quit. I walk out. This is what Westwood One and CBS Radio tried to pull with me. They said, you don't get to talk. You get what we want to do.
That's what I asked you if you missed. We got to say goodbye to you because guess who's here? Merrill Schindler is here to talk about. I want him to come back later.
You want me to just evaporate?
These is my bits, so I can end bits.
Wait, I got an idea. You want to get rid of Tom Likas?
No,
Look,
not yet.
I'm like a vampire. You can't get rid of me. You want to get rid of Tom Likas? You better shoot me. You got to shoot me with a shotgun.
Yeah,
shoot me with a shotgun right now if you want to get rid of me.
Do we have a shotgun?
No.
Yeah,
because otherwise I'm going to be here.
You're telling me, hold on, and I'm not a vicious person. You're telling me that I could shoot you, and you're invincible, aren't you?
I'm eternal. I won't die, but I will fall down.
Okay,
you know what I'm
you're
talking about?
giving me my permission.
Sure.
You can start acting like you're doing your show.
Okay, so one of you have a little time is your toll-free telephone number. If you have a wife, she's stupid. If you have a daughter, she's dumb. No, you know what I'm talking about? Wow, the chainsaw also works. Wow. You're sawing through layers and layers of hatred of women.
Oh my God! You got to stop. I'm gonna have
You're tuning to the Tom Likas program. If you're just joining us, I've been chainsawed in half.
Chainsaw, do more.
Don't worry.
All that, the perpetual. Cut. Here I come.
I don't care.
He still says his catchphrase. By the way, you know what I love about this?
1-800-5800-TOM is your toll-free telephone.
This is what happens if I broke into your house. Like, you're not on the radio doing your show trying to do professional. This is just you. You're so crazy now that you were sitting in your living room watching TV doing Tom Leykis.
He was just talking to himself like it was his radio show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I came into your house with a chainsaw. I don't even know who you are.
He goes, Comedy Central, your old Tom Yellow.
That's how he flips the channels. He's like,
CBS, your old Tom Yellow. Breaking Bad from the DVR, your old Tom Yellow.
So we don't have this, and it's all right to talk about this on the air. We don't have this on the sound effects board, a gunshot. Jake? We don't have
a simple gunshot. We don't have anything like that. You know, I don't like violence. That's why I didn't want to have it around.
You got it? Okay. Tom? Play some Tom.
You got it.
I come into your house in the middle of the night.
Wait.
I already did the chainsaw. That's happening. That already happened. Then I take out my... This is a violent bit.
No, wait, okay. Let's do like, come in, and I'll be like,
who's there?
Who's there?
Who's there?
Open the door.
All right, fine. I'm opening the door. You mysterious person. You're old Tom.
Are you Tom Leykis?
Yes. Are you a psycho? Wow! Well, you're shooting across the street.
Because I'm not good with this gun. I'll get you.
Well, you're running around. He's running across the street. You're shooting at other people.
Turn the music off. And then just give the gunshot.
It sounds so far away.
I know. Hold on. That's what I was trying. That's why I said shut the music off. Hold on. Let me do it now. Do it now. Do it again.
All right. Okay. All right.
Sound
You're
far away.
Very far away.
Well, hold on. Keep doing it. Hey, how's that?
Well, I'm throwing donuts at you.
Oh, I need to take a break. Put the donuts away. They're going to drive me nuts. Should we take a break and eat a donut? Yes. You want to do? You wanted to?
You want to?
What do we do for that last 5 minutes? Do we apologize for it?
No, it was great.
There was a point when I knew it was great. I was hyperventilating, and then I got lost for a little while.
Don't worry about it. They'll love it on Twitter. They'll hate it on Tumblr. Facebook will be 50-50.
Oh, God.
Fresh air. Todd finds it delectable, yes, fresh.
Coming up on today's show, we're going to do a lot of new things. We're going to do, James called me last night, wants to talk about what it's like to go to the supermarket at 3 o'clock in the morning. We're going to talk about that. We're going to do Walter Matthau. We're going to do a song. Meryl Schindler stopping by, and he's going to talk about the new donuts, the Cronuts. Steve Feinarts is here.
No, that was beautiful.
And what?
Hey.
Danielle is here. And Steve is here, and you know what I want to say this? My brother watched, I don't have to say it, you asked me not to say it. James, he always comes in, he airs on such a safe side of not being like, I don't want you to think you have to mention Bitter Buddha, because maybe one or two times when it was just out, he asked me if
That's
I would.
what I do, I put it in his head, I say, don't
No, you
Bitter
don't.
Buddha, and then
no, you don't. I know what you do.
All right, guys, I can't sit and let this happen without saying something as an artist. If I want to keep my integrity.
It either.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you were? Oh, shit, I got the guy who speaks too quick. I know, I thought it was too long. You know what I loved about
the movie. I love the movie.
No, not too. What was too long? I would get so nervous. That's what I would do.
No, I love that bit. The bit you do where you turn on a dime. Where you say something bad.
Oh
about something.
yeah. Oh, those Cronuts are so good. Oh.
You know, I had one and it just tastes like fat.
They make you sick. It's like I like it, and then I eat it, and then I feel like right away I'm sick. But what are you going to do, right? That's why I like Chinese food. I always go to Chinese food because it's just...
Oh, I hate the Chinese food almost as much as
today
Chinese
you can't
people.
get good Chinese food. You used to be able to. I'm with you. Today you can. That's what a lot of time I do is I get the Smart and Fresh, those little supermarket. I go there.
I think those are for suckers. Real dumb people get those.
Hello. That's what I always thought. You know what I don't... last night, I can't... I don't know what it is. I can't watch Jay Leno. I can't
really?
watch it.
I think he's been really good lately.
Oh, I want to hug you. I feel like I'm just saying that because everybody says that. Actually, they did a bit last week on Jay Leno that was so funny. They've done a few things.
I saw it. I actually had to turn it off.
No. I'm being genuine. Wait, I forgot we were doing the bit. All right, listen. Stop talking. Me, I'm talking to. It's the old trick. Once you're rude, if you say that, you just go, I'm talking to myself. You can do that in a relationship. Just said, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You go, what? No, to me. Not to you. Oh, shut up. I wouldn't say shut up to you. Well, you just did. Shut up to not to the...
You've seen the Winnebago Man, right? The outtakes?
The Winnebago Man?
Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it. During a break, I'll show it to you. It's great.
Wow, we're not going to do it during a break. I'm going to straighten this table. So Merle Schindler,
and that's the only thing we're going to straighten.
Merle Schindler left a message last night on the machine about coming into the show tomorrow. Play Merle Schindler's message. He left a message about he was trying to find out where the address was. To hear his message on my phone, it sounds like he's the same Merle Schindler you hear do that food review. Play his message. He called me last night. He's so confused about directions. Play it.
Hi, Todd, it's Merle Schindler. I'm coming into the studio, but I got lost. I was supposed to be there 6 hours ago. I'm driving around on my little motorcycle with a sidecar. There's somebody driving the motorcycle, but I'm riding the sidecar. Why not? I got a little bit hungry, so I pulled over. I pulled over to a Tang's Donut. It was right there at La Cienega and Beverly. Have you ever been to the one of...
That's not her.
Oh, my God, Todd.
Hold on.
The donut.
Cut Merle Schindler.
Okay,
I'm stopping this bit.
Why did you pull out a chainsaw?
No, keep your hand away from there. I'm stopping this bit because he's going to eat all the donuts, and I want them. And I know what you're doing over there. Every donut you're fucking eating, the good ones. So we're stopping. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back with James Adomian. I got to eat some donuts.
Adomian's impression of Todd.
All right, turn it off. All right, we're back. We're back from the break. I want to just make sure we do one thing. Hold on. Where's James? Okay, James will join us in a second. Before, I want to get a few announcements here. Hold on. We've got Brian. Here, play the song again. But not that song. Hold on a second. See, the James is coming back in here in a second. Hold on a second. Well, I just want to get to a little thing. All I want to do is, here, turn those things off right now. What is happening?
All right, thank you.
Todd finds it delectable.
I heard you. I was in the other room.
Look, yeah, he pissed himself.
How much of that were you just recording? Are we recording now?
Yeah, we put it out live. Don't worry.
Live? Shut up. All right, so we're back. Okay, well, hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. We're just looking for something. The lights went out. We're just trying to light a candle.
All right. I guess we're back. How long were you doing me? Is that what you were doing?
No, it was a whole segment. 30 minutes.
Adomian's impression of Todd. James Adomian's impression of Todd.
I love to ask him for a song and then go enough.
Enough.
I know he. Okay, hold on. Now stop. Oh, when we do Tom Leykis in the future, which we're not doing it right now, you have betting music you made for him, right? Yeah. Let me hear it.
Betting?
Oh, okay.
That's just a song without the words on it?
Yeah, I like to play that sometimes lightly.
It's better. It's better that way.
Yeah, Tom Leykis.
Yeah,
do you think I do it okay?
No, it's good.
No bullshit. Like play the thing. I'll try to do it. If you're not here, I always say I'm doing you, doing him, but I don't want you to.
You gotta spend a nickel on a date. If a girl, you spend a half a penny. I count as no.
Yeah, see, I'm the one leaving all the negative comments on YouTube.
I don't look at them. Thank God I don't look at
Todd,
them.
actually, I'm a huge negative commenter on the About the Todd Glass show.
Where do you leave them?
Oh, all over the place. Nerdist, iTunes.
You know what? I'm honored.
No, I have 3 or 4 different accounts.
Sock it to me.
What the fuck happened to my machine? When I want that sound.
Sock it to me, motherfucker.
Look, you just woke me up.
That's what you do if you're home alone. Hey, don't they have that on a show? Like if you're at home alone, you just have this at your door. You go,
hello?
You know, that way if you sound scary to the person outside.
I want to see that infomercial. But you know how they have the ads for like security systems, and they terrify people. They're like, "What if something happens?" And they're like, "Ah, you should be scared. Call ADT now."
Yeah,
but instead of
go this.
Have a scary voice
when it's just you home alone.
Yeah,
and your voice Turn on the what do they give? They give the machine a name.
Yeah.
You do the commercial. I'll be the person playing that.
Okay.
Do the way that would make the intruder think, oh, I could hurt this person. Then if you click on this and say the same thing when you hear them outside.
Right.
Okay.
If you're home alone with your family, and an intruder arrives, hey, what's that? How do you know you're safe unless you have the voice modulator 7000?
Hello, who's out there?
Oh,
who's out there?
Just the postman.
Get the fuck off my property, or I swear to God I'll start shooting out of that little window to my left.
I was legitimately the postman.
Oh, hold on one second.
And that's if that's not an anti-gun ad, then what is? Poor guy ends up shooting the fucking postman.
It's 5 p.m. The sun's still out. And you're like, who the fuck is there?
I shot him anyway. Sorry. No, honey. My wife's upstairs. No, it's the postman, you moron. I say, go up there and start shooting out the window. Honey! It's the postman!
Yeah, he ain't gonna ring twice, I'll tell you that.
Somebody was doing Arsenio Hall. We were doing it last week. Then somebody tweeted it, and they said it gave him a new game to play. Play these... I'm going to make fun of you. Now listen,
18 seconds.
18 seconds. Then his friend does it. We're going to vote. He says something about the way his friend did it. We're all going to vote whether his friend was right. So listen closely. This is his friend doing it. And then we're going to vote. But listen. To George Carlin, this is real.
Unfakeable.
Be rude. Listen.
I'm a CIA.
No, hold on. You got to listen to this. You'll hear why.
You might have gone a little longer, but I think I finished stronger.
Okay. He said, you might have gone a little longer, but I thought I finished strong. Now, you might have missed it. I totally agree.
I agree.
That guy, Arsenio, went a little longer, but then, it's like, come on, you got to have a little bit of energy left for Hall.
He was holding it back so he could last longer. I'm from the school of announcements where you belt it out as long as you can at 100%. You, ladies and gentlemen, it's another episode of The Voiceover.
I give up.
Can you imagine the three assholes? They're like, who wants to be America's next voiceover artist?
Oh, gross.
Do you have the voice that it takes to be a voiceover?
You're gonna... Okay, and I come to the mic. Oh, and you have to tell us. You're like Simon Cowell, and you judge me. So I come to the mic. What would you have a voiceover person do? Lay a little betting music in, maybe? Hi. Hi, my name's Todd.
Your name is Todd. I understand that you're going to be reading a Wendy's commercial. What are you... He's obviously not prepared.
I wanted to get this mic, too.
It sounds... It sounds terrible. And then somebody's like,
hello.
Now, wait a minute. How long have you been doing radio?
I've done radio, never professionally, for a few years.
What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to slap you.
Ah!
Now you're going to start.
I don't like this bit. Let's get out of it.
Wait, that's my new bit.
Well, no, shut up. Maybe we should stop.
All right, if you side with me on this, I want you to start some fake comment accounts.
Oh, shut up.
And say that Todd should have let that bit go on.
Maybe I should have. Look at me. What do I know? I'm just a guy trying to get by.
Hey, what do you got, some catnip over there? Share the bag.
What do you...
Hey, share the bag, Tommy.
Share the bag, Tommy.
Man.
Sock it to me, baby.
What, do you got some catnip over there? Some spinach? Yeah, mow the lawn, see?
Look, before we can Merle Schindler, you know what I always don't know? I don't want to be the guy who feels he has to get into bits. Oh, Merle Schindler's stopping by. I think we just do it on this show. We're like, hey, do Merle Schindler. I was doing it the old way. I started to hate myself.
You were like, I can act, I can pretend as if.
Okay, eat this donut, and then how do you sound?
Merle Schindler.
No. Why can't you do Merle? No. The worst. It's a voice. You're a voice magician. So you say like this. You go, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Andy Kindler. And then you sound nothing like Andy Kindler, and then you go, ta-da.
Ta-da!
Yeah. You go,
ladies and gentlemen, I want you to enter the theater of the mind. Are you prepared to leave behind all your preconceived notions, all the voices in your head, all the sounds on your ears? Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to join me in the kingdom of Andy Kindler. Hello, I'm comedian Andy Kindler. Ta-da!
Okay, now do it again. It's going to be... What happened? Is there something wrong with the reverb? Oh, he might have turned it off over here.
Todd knows so much about the engineering.
I do. No reverb. Hello? Hello?
What? Hey,
Hello?
Todd, am I late? Am I late arrival?
Oh, now you're getting into the bit old school.
What's the hell?
Merle Schindler just showed up.
Well,
by the way,
the bit? Well, I hope it's a bit of chocolate. Yummy!
I want to tell everybody because I think it makes this funnier. I really do. Sometimes I can overtell. I get it. Sometimes I don't. I think it helps to George Carlin to know that this guy exists, and James' impersonation of him is uncanny. It's like I know that's a.
Now you've heard me on the show. You've heard me on the radio, right?
Yes.
Feed your face. Did you listen to that?
Can I tell you, Merle?
You listened for years.
I did. I love that show.
Of course you did. Todd, why? Hold on a second. No, hold on, Todd. I'm honored to come down here on your podcast. I heard that Tom was on. We used to do radio shows together. I was played right after him sometimes.
I want to talk to you about something we talked about off the air.
Sure, food.
You started... You said you started reviewing some places that most people don't...
No, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm eating and I'm listening.
He's eating a chicken. Are you eating a chicken leg? You got like a bucket of chicken.
It's actually a Cornish game hen. And I would say this Cornish game hen's been checkmated.
Hold on. So you said that you started reviewing, which I like that you did. It's not.
The beak is just crispy and succulent. It's almost like you're kissing it, except you're really devouring it. Sure. Something about the show. You like the show. What's wrong with the show? You want to go to a restaurant? I'll send you a restaurant. What are you in for the mood for?
I'm going to ask
you
the question.
Are you in the mood for Japanese, Thai, Chinese, fried, fricasseed, soups, nuts? What do you want?
James... Oh, God.
Look, I know a wonderful...
Hold on. Let me ask you this question. Now, you started reviewing, which a lot of people have judged you for and come out criticizing you, but you have always reviewed sort of fine-end restaurants and, maybe some in-between restaurants. I saw you reviewed fast food places, and I wanted to know what your review was because I like it. I go in, I get the pretzel at Wendy's, and I know you had this, the pretzel with the hamburger. It's a pretzel roll with a hamburger, and I get just ketchup and cheese.
Oh, my God. It's the latest thing. It's a sandwich with a pretzel.
You like
it. It's like a soft pretzel. It's like a hard pretzel. Like out of a bag or something.
No, it's a soft pretzel.
It's like a chewy. It's salty and chewy. Imagine a burger except if it was salty.
And you liked it, right? Are you okay? What are you joking? Stop eating.
Hold on a second. Let me pull some of this asparagus out of my throat. It's almost like a magic trick, except it's disgusting. So you go down to Wendy's, you go in the drive-thru. You go in the drive-thru because you know what I like to do is I like to crawl into the drive-thru window because you get your food faster.
Stop. You have to stop. You have to stop because I'm going to have a nervous breakdown.
Todd,
you can't say it's like pulling, it's like a magic trick, like something that's disgusting.
Todd, could you give me 5 seconds? What I wanted to tell you was, when I go to Wendy's, I don't walk in because it takes too long. You want your food.
Right.
And if you drive in, you don't want to do that because you have to have your food near the car. That's a disgusting mess because, you're shattering beef all over the carpets. So what I like to do is I drive in, beat the line, and then you just crawl into the drive-thru window. And you go, give me my food. Now, of course, you don't want to crawl into the first window. I've made that mistake before. Because if you crawl in the first window, all you want to do is pay, and then the wallet's on the other side of the window. But if you wait until the second window, if you can hold it in long enough, then they go say, okay, here's your food. They hold the bag out, and you go, never mind, take it back, and you jump through the window. Face first, straight into the bag full of chicken, carbon, and tries. And then you're kind of stuck like Winnie the Pooh with half of your body sticking out the back of the drive-thru window. But on the inside, it's delicious because you're right there, and you can grab all of the mayonnaises and ranch dressings and sauces. And you can get 14 packets of ketchup, and you can almost do a mud mask with it. And you
If you do it just right, the Wendy's is right here on Fairfax.
Right.
Wendy's in Fairfax, just right by the Tip Freeway, just right there.
Sure.
You go in and you're stuck halfway in the drive-thru window. You see a picture of Dave Thomas squeaking at you. You go, I know, this is cool. And then you just turn the soda fountains on it and just bathe. Just wash your face off. It's better than a wet nap.
Oh, I'm going to turn the tables. What's a food that you like that people would be surprised? Like, it's simple or could
Sure, because they have a sophisticated palate.
Say that again? Why? Because you
I have a sophisticated palate.
Right, you have a
sophisticated palate.
What's a simple food that you like?
Well, simple food. Well, I like simple syrup. Is it simple enough?
A food.
It's water and sugar. Well, you can bake it. You can put it in the cup and put it in the oven, and then you got a little simple treat.
Oh, so do you do that?
No, of course not. That's what I feed my dogs.
You ever have a Pink's hot dog? You ever have a Pink's? How you feed your dogs? Sugar, pure sugar.
Pink's hot dog.
You ever, no, not Pig's hot dogs.
Pig's hot dog?
No,
Pigs.
No, not Pig's hot.
Pig's
Who would
hot
go to Pig's
dogs.
hot
Nobody
dog?
like Pig's hot dog.
Nobody would go to Pig's hot dog.
I would.
You're gonna love Pig's hot dogs. Hi, I'm Tom.
Is it oinky?
Hey, how about when the two chickens go into the store and they try to convince the person that they're Foster Farms? I don't want to eat food that they make seem real. I don't want. Why would a chicken be talking itself into being killed? No, kill us. We're Foster Farms. We're great. And then, you know the commercial? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
anyway,
sure.
back to
Well,
Mercer.
I don't think there's any problem with it because, I mean, I think that if assisted suicide's okay for chickens as well as people.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe they have a terminal chicken illness.
Have you ever had
Maybe they've got a horrible case of chicken pox.
Have you ever had a Pink's hot dog?
A Pig's hot dog?
No,
Sure.
a pig. No, listen, Merle. A Pink's, you know, the famous hot dog place in Los
Sure, on
Angeles?
Melrose and La Brea, right there.
Oh, yeah, you're saying Pink's.
I'm saying Pig's hot dogs.
Oh, I thought you were saying Pig's hot dogs.
I am, but that's how I say it.
Say it again.
Pig's hot dogs.
Pink's.
Pig's hot dogs.
Okay.
What's the problem, pigs?
No, you're right. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Now I hear it. Before it just sounded like pigs.
But look, what I do is I order off menu. When I say I order,
this is what you do when you go to Pig's hot dogs?
When I say I order off menu, I
see if you noticed. No, when you go to Pig's hot dogs, so you don't hear me saying it wrong.
I never would go to Pig's hot dogs. It's disgusting. I go to Pig's hot dogs.
McDonald's French fries, crave them or not?
Sure. That's the sound. That's the sound that somebody's gonna wake it. Look, you got a McDonald's French fries. It's fine. It's gonna be salty. It's gonna be a little bit beefy. It's gonna be fried.
You miss the beef. You miss the beef in the French fries, Merle.
No, am I being tried for? Am I testifying before Congress?
No, I wondered if you missed the beef because they used to put beef gravy in.
Look, all I know is that I say it down. I ordered a bit thing. I wanted to eat the beef. How did I know 12 people were going to die?
How?
It was a horrible fryer accident. Why am I being? Why? What I want to know is where's my lawyer?
How did you lose weight?
Lose weight. I've been here in jail without access to an attorney. Listen. I have rights. I have rights. I have rights to an attorney. I have the rights to remain silent. I have the right to a nice meal.
How many? What do you did lose weight though, right?
Well, sure. I lost weight. I gained it again. What do you mean? What do you want me to weigh?
No, I don't want.
What
I'm
do you
not
think?
Trying to fight. With
What do you think?
I don't like that Merle thinks I love this guy so much. I don't want him to think I'm trying to arrest.
Do you want to eat?
Let's change the.
Do you want to eat some food?
I would love to go out and eat with you.
Well, let's have some.
Hey, I want to make one thing very clear, and I just don't want to make this uncomfortable. This is not a date, Merle.
What? Well, what? I would never even think of this. I would never think it was a sexual
thing. You were
thing.
saying, you're like, you do?
No, don't worry about it. I have a family or something.
Okay. By the way, this guy, to George Carlin, is married and is, right? Am I right?
Well, I think so.
I think so. Could you teach me how to do this voice?
You want me to teach you how to do my voice?
Well, I think yes.
Well, first, what you're going to need is a donut. You're going to need a donut?
No, I'm not doing any bits with donuts.
Hold on a second. You want to do my voice? Here. Look. Hold on. Look, can you see inside of my mouth?
A little bit. Yeah, there's paper towels. You've rolled up paper towels. That's the food?
That's just, you know how you do that? You'll put a napkin down on a piece of pizza. That's what I do on my tongue because it's a little bit greasy.
Oh, your mouth has so much saliva that you put paper towels inside your mouth to to sop up some of the mess that's going to come flooding out.
Look, what
when
I'm
he
saying-
goes up to people, he starts talking about food. He's got to have like sort of miniature little. He puts tampons in his mouth.
What do they
found
say?
out.
What do they say? Glengarry Glen Ross. You know Glengarry Glen Ross?
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Glengarry
yes.
Glen Ross. They say-
Glengarry Glen Ross.
See, what's what I say? Glengarry Glen Ross.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Glengarry Glen
What they
Ross.
say is
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Glengarry Glen Ross. What they say is always
Hold on.
to a salesman.
Glengarry.
Well, Glengarry's a good friend of mine.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
I never liked Glen Ross.
Glengarry.
Glengarry.
Glen
Glen
Glengarry.
Glengarry. Glen Gloss.
No, Glen.
Glen.
Seriously. Glengarry.
Glengarry.
Glen Gloss.
Glen Gloss.
Glengarry. Glengarry. Glengarry.
Yeah.
Glen Gloss.
Wait, no, you're repeating after me.
Oh, you're right. I think I did get confused. I
What
knew I
they
got
say to the
confused in
salesman at
middle.
Glengarry Glen
All right,
Ross
this
is always be closing. So what do you say to a food critic who always be eating?
That's true.
Look at this. Look
I
inside.
love your reviews. Let me ask you
Sure,
this.
I give it 4 stars. What's the restaurant?
Worst place you ever. What did you say?
I give it 4 stars. What's the restaurant? I don't even know. Everything's 4 stars.
What's
4
the,
stars.
what's
4
the
stars.
worst restaurant you ever ate?
A
at?
rotten lobster. I gave it 4.5 stars.
He eats. He goes. At least it was food. He still gives it a high review.
Mostly just hungry.
What's the worst meal you ever had?
The
in-
worst
in
meal?
Los Angeles.
The worst meal I ever had.
Can you name the place?
Sure, I can. It was
You okay?
I just trying to remember my sponsors.
Wait, why would that be? He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to say it was bad.
I don't want to say. Hold on.
I hate
have
Olive
my,
Garden.
I have my little notebook here. Hold on a second. Let me just see.
What? And then he's looking through his notebook like he's that into his sponsors. Where he alters his stories by what his sponsors.
Mendocino Farms was bad, but they paid. They bought some advertising last month. So
He doesn't realize he's thinking out loud either. He
Well,
does not,
excuse
no,
me.
no, you
Wait,
keep
what?
going. Keep
Oh,
going.
okay.
He doesn't realize. Go.
Okay, the macaroni grill was horrible, and I think there was a rat inside the macaroni. But I really am trying to bag one of the waitresses there, so I'm not going to talk shit about them, although it tasted like shit inside the macaroni noodles. Soap plantation, boy, oh boy, that was up. The soup was more like it was like frozen soup. It's like a gazpacho. It's too cold. How do you do that?
But
But
why won't he? But why won't he?
I'm sorry. I was just consulting with myself. Are you trying to get my attention here for a second?
By the way, can I tell you, I love that guy because that's his voice. But now you're doing that character about the guy that just won't shit on his sponsors. I love that guy. He bared his soul. Okay, that tasted frozen, but they did give me a little money. He needs to make a living. I feel bad for him. He's got a wife and kids, and he's
what was awful? You know what was awful?
What was the worst
restaurant? It just tasted like
Seriously.
It tasted like a broken car tire that had been dipped in mayonnaise. California Pizza Kitchen. Why would anyone eat that? Why would anyone want to eat California Pizza Kitchen?
Now, I'm not,
especially since my brother-in-law owns the one on Sunset.
No, it's personal.
Yeah.
It's personal.
That's sort of why would you ever?
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with it whatsoever. There was a skunk that was under the parking lot, and one of the little baby skunks was served on a pizza pie. Of course, I ate it because it was already cut into pieces. You go to California Pizza Kitchen. I just like a slice of pizza pie.
What'd you do before? You were?
They pushed me over in my outdoor cafe chair. I knocked over 3 people. It was like a bowling ball running through bowling pins very slowly. I didn't score any points. They pushed me over. California Pizza Kitchen. They tied me up in the back and they started shaving. They started shaving fat off me and serving it on the slices. There wasn't pepperoni.
That really happened to you? I would never eat at the California
They
Pizza
sold
Chicken.
as pepperoni. I wouldn't even buy it as Canadian bacon. But I tell you what, it hurt a little bit, but I did have a slice of it before I got out. I've eaten myself. What's wrong with that? I'm a little bit of a cannibal.
Oh my God!
Todd,
Where did you do before you were a food reviewer?
Well, I was a ballet instructor.
Is that true?
Of course it is.
Where did you do the ballet? I didn't know that.
I was a ballet instructor in Birmingham, Alabama.
And who did you did you work at a high school or something?
No,
you were a professional.
No, it was in the back of a flower shop. It was my own operation.
So wait, If it was how big was the flower shop?
The flower shop was gigantic. It was like a 4-story flower shop. They could get you any flowers that you wanted.
So did you have a studio?
No, I had a little shack, like almost like a little separate, like a tool shed. I'll say.
So you had an area within this existing building.
But I dug an underground bunker myself, and then that's where I taught ballet. You would enter through the shed and the downstairs.
Are you being honest?
Yes, of course I'm being honest. It was ballet, barbecue beef. It was bone soup. It was bone soup, ballet, barbecue beef, and a bucket of baby burgers. And you can order anything you want. Have you ever had a bucket of baby burgers?
I've had
little burgers. They just learned how to talk, and then you fry them up. Bam, burn baby burgers. They can go. They dance all the way down inside you.
I've never had them.
You've never done ballet. You've never done ballet until you've done it. You never done ballet. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a lighter.
What do you want to do?
Marrow.
What's the problem? You want to lay? Hold on. Let me just get it out of let me lift up my nipple. It's underneath. I keep things in the rolls of my fan.
No, don't be mean to him. I'm laughing at the whole bit. That's the part. All right, you don't got to be disrespectful.
You're right. You know, I should have some self-respect instead of
up to this point,
plowing my face into a pile of rice every night.
You battle your weight your whole life?
I did. You know, I had to go to a clinic.
And you did?
I went to do a clinic. I went to the Mayo Clinic. I may have used that one before. It's okay.
The Mayo Clinic.
Thank you. Do you want me to go on? An encore? Of course.
Of course. You should be able to applaud all by yourself for a joke. Just because if it's touching you that way, you don't have to. If you're at a comedy club, I won't applaud unless everyone applauds. That big.
I always do that.
By the way, it could also be phony, too, at a comedy club. You don't want to be. Don't be that guy.
It's my daughter.
Can I tell you the problem?
She's funnier than I am, and I'm funny.
Can I tell you that's why that's why I'm afraid to go see Eddie Pepitone.
Oh, because you laugh too loud.
I'm not. I'm to George Carlin. I'm being serious.
Look, you don't have to swear to George Carlin every time. Swear.
Yes, I do.
No, swear to a lesser.
I swear to Bobby Miyamoto.
I don't even know.
For all the. No, he's actually a funny comedian that is right now. I can't talk about it.
Cut it out.
He's making orange chicken.
Cut it.
What? Westwood 1, that's right. We're coming at you, Tom Likas.
And now, back to more Tom.
Nope. Not yet. I know I told you to play it.
There's an instrumental version of that, right?
That's what it is.
No, that was.
Now let's take a deep breath. Right. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I need a chance to catch my breath.
Yeah, me too, Todd. Let's.
No shit, Tom. I mean, what you?
Oh, you want to cut? You're like you. I'm gonna do what you just did, Todd. Okay. Oh, like, I need a chance to do what I did. I need a chance to catch my breath. You're gonna say?
Oh, okay. I forget.
I say anything at all.
Okay.
Okay. I just need a chance to catch.
What
my
do you
breath.
mean you got to catch your breath?
Shh, I want to talk for 5 minutes.
Adomian's impression of Todd.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm having. I hope.
He sounds just like him. I swear to.
He does. Let me.
That sounds exactly like me.
Adomian's impression of Todd.
Look at the guy with the cowboy hat. God forbid you walk anywhere. People think your life's not going well.
I walk in this town. By the way,
if you're carrying a shopping bag, I'm saying it's wrong. It's wrong in Los Angeles. A friend pointed it out to me. It shouldn't be that way. Someone might be doing just fine, and then, they just getting a shopping bag, they working in with exercise. It works for them on their way home. But let me tell you something. If you're just carrying a plastic bag walking down the street, and I've done it, but the whole time I was doing it, I thought, people driving by, I know what they're thinking of me, because I know what I see when I think other people doing it, and it's not right. There's no reason.
Look, when I go to the Grove, I bring a grocery cart with me.
Thank you. So what I'm saying is, if you're walking down the street with two shopping bags, people think, "Oh, that poor guy, life's not going good for him," and that shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, I mean,
I do it too, and I'm complaining.
It happens to me all the time because I don't drive. And by the way, you still got to reimburse me for the taxi.
Don't be rude.
No, see,
how much was your taxi? Be honest.
Taxi? What do you think?
We do pay for it. To George Carlin, we pay for it, but because I like sometimes when
he's never reimbursed me before.
That's not true. Last time we had Uber pick you up.
Yeah, but then I paid him.
No, you can't pay Uber. You have to do it through a credit card.
I know, you're right.
Don't fuck with me, Adomian. My man.
All right.
My man. All right, listen.
$30 plus tip for me.
Oh, you put a tip for yourself?
Yeah,
on?
I tip myself.
That just seems weird.
Reimburse that.
Well, no. What do you mean you tip yourself?
Give me a copy of the receipt too, because I'm going to write it off on my tax.
Well, if I'm paying for it,
make a copy.
All right, listen. Get crazy. You know what you do in a show like this? You bring everybody down.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Oh, you're saying I do that?
No, you. I'm not even going to joke about that. You're pure joy.
Your next guest is going to come on. He's going to bring things real down.
James, you're. I hope you know. Like,
I'm a professional.
Can't wait.
I'm a professional. You son of a bitch.
You are. Well, it's not professional, but I mean, you love doing it, but it does come off professional.
Remember when I called you last night?
You called me. And
I called
you.
It was 2:30.
Well, you know what happened? You asked. You sort of. I was sort of awake. Otherwise I wouldn't do it because I don't have to pick up the phone.
I know.
But you called me at 3:00 or something like that.
It's almost 3.
To tell you the truth, and then you called right back, and I thought when someone calls right back, I think are they in a jam? So I picked up, but I was just up, and
What if I had been like, Todd? I'm at a payphone. I've just been Todd. I just barely
somebody.
Alive.
I would call I'd say call 911. Oh, I would call 911. I would
No
call
cops. No cops.
No, I'm not getting involved. I'm not risking my life. Hey, by the way, last week I saw they were looking for a car, the type of car, and they said the year and everything, and I knew someone who had a car like that, and I thought, and a $50,000 reward. By the way, I saw. So listen,
you called in your friend and then his whole family just to be safe.
Can I tell? Can I tell you the truth?
What?
I thought about it. And by the way, one time I saw a show where they were giving a $3,000 reward. If you know what? Come on. Well, maybe that does entice some people. Maybe that says something more.
I love
than
that you're like $3,000. I mean,
who's gonna?
What was he worth?
Let me tell you something.
$3,000. I almost want to go work for the other side, see what they're paying.
So if it was my friend, and I said, "Oh my God, that's my friend's car," I thought about it. Would I turn them in? First of all, I thought about, would you turn them in for free? The answer is yes, because that weight doesn't have to be on you. I thought about this.
So you're a real snitch.
Listen, here's what I came to today. I really thought through this. At first, I thought, I don't know. I mean, I started playing in every direction. Like they weren't drunk, the story is, and it happened, and it wasn't even their fault. Let's say even the onlookers went, no, it wasn't even the guy's fault. You just don't stop. I thought, what if that was the case? And I started going, would I then? No, because I played it out. Then you're living with it. You think, if once you report your friend, then you have to, let's say he could have gotten away with it. You report your friend. Then you feel like you have to live with that. You feel like, fuck, he didn't do it. You know, you make an excuse. And then you have to live with that.
And then for the rest of your life, every time you make friends with someone, like somebody's like, hey, this is really fun. We should hang out. And you're like, well, I hope you don't do anything illegal or unethical while we're friends because I will turn you in.
So let me ask you a question.
I want to let all my friends know ahead of time. I am by the book.
I don't want to do editing on this show like I don't do anymore, so I want to make sure my thought was just clear. So,
of course not.
Of course. Shut up. Of course. What podcast is more fun than this?
Comedy Bang Bang.
Oh, is it? I don't even get offended. Oh, you're right. I forgot about that one.
No. Ask me again.
Listen, does it say this?
Voted number one by the Podcasters Association of America.
Yeah, and that's a fucking real jingle, and that's the fucking way it is. They don't get to decide anymore.
Ask me again if they're podcast.
No, seriously. But, are there any? I mean, God, we're having a great time. I mean, is there any podcast that's more fun than this?
Marin, Scarborough Country, Pete Holmes, like all of them.
The Todd Glass Show.
Are they really?
Voted number one by the Podcasters Association of America.
Yeah, that's how I know you have a human being inside of you, because I went, oh, really? And you thought I was asking genuinely, and you went, no. Like you heartfelt went, no.
Don't say this on the air. It makes it sound like I'm talking shit about them.
Yeah, you're real. Oh, that's true. Well, no, you weren't. You were just saying that they weren't better. You're not saying they're worse.
I only talk shit to people to make it fair about the other people I talk shit about.
We're in a bit.
We're in the mid, but what kind of bit?
No, we are in a bit. The bit is that those shows are all like you're saying. My show's as good as theirs.
Can I hear the award? The Podcast Association thing that you had again?
Yes.
Could I hear that?
Sure. But don't make fun of it.
The Todd
What is the point of having it?
Voted number one.
That's the one rule that you have for this.
Do not mock this. Don't mock my jingle.
How dare you? You come in here, you slither, you slither your way in here. I knew you sounded like a snake from the beginning.
The Todd
That's how you sound.
Show. Voted number one.
Have some respect.
By the
Get on your knees.
Association
Get on your
of
knees.
America.
You make fun of
You
my
don't
jingle.
appreciate-
No,
you don't
what do you want to
appreciate
say?
that?
You can say anything you want about it. Obviously, it's real, but I don't care what you say about it. It is real.
I thought it was well done. I like the synthesizer.
Oh, play it again.
Wow. Voted number
Can I-
one
can I-
by the
can-
Podcasters Association.
Just the beginning of it, just the musical part, it sounds like the moment when you've been smoking pot when you realize that you're too stoned. Just play the beginning of it. Listen, like...
The Todd Glass Show.
Like when
Do
you
it
turn
again, do it.
when
Turn
you
it
turn up. I know what you're talking about.
Turn it up a little. Todd, like, I'm hanging out.
The Todd Glass Show.
It's like the opening to the movie when they go.
And you're like, this is a too loud of a movie. Is there something Spanish?
Here's what I want to do. Hold on. Let me get some business out of the way.
Business.
Oh, by the way, I was laughing at you because when I went to put my hand down there, we did it so synchronously for such a long time, and now you're doing that thing where you just keep it there. Even though if I'm going in for it, and then they keep their hand, they're lingering. So my instincts sort of want to go, oh! But you can't do that.
You can't smack people.
No, you can't smack people. So I reach in.
At least not on the air. Off the air, he smacks everybody.
So when he
I hope
holds-
you guys know that.
So people know what we're talking about. We're talking about there's two boards.
Even fans after a show, Todd will smack 'em.
Aristotle runs the big board, and then over here is the musical board, and that's what Young Jake's on the computer and this mixing board over here. So sometimes when I want the volume, I go in. So he moved. No, it's not a power move. But I worry you think it is. So sometimes I don't play with the volume because I don't want you to. No, it's just that for whatever the reason is, I just want to turn the volume up and down at my own thing. But sometimes they leave their hands there, and I go in. Hey, hello, get the fuck away with the fucking machine. The fuck.
I want to come in and mess it up so that you have to fix it again.
Oh, let me do this right now so I don't forget, and then I'll feel
Let me
better.
forget this so that I don't do it.
Let me do. Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We're just
Let me do this.
looking
Hold
for
on.
a few things
Hold
in
on.
a few corners.
Let me do this.
Lights went
We
out.
are going to take a real break. Are you okay with time?
What?
We're gonna
Well,
take-
I mean, I was supposed to be at the gala 15 minutes ago.
Are you serious? No.
The gala. Of course I am.
Okay. Stop.
I have my heels and my driver's waiting outside. You got to reimburse me for that, too.
Here's what we're going to do. All right. Well, let's honestly take a break. Somebody sent this in. Joe. By the way, Joe, we were just saying the best things about you off the air when we took our last break. So he sent this in.
I told him to give up. I told him to get out of the business. What business? What does he do?
He does all the. Well, he's a teacher, but he also does all the music.
Get out of the business.
Get out of the teaching business. Get into the music business. Jingle Joe did this with. He sort of mashed two. He took Brian Regan and mashed him with one of his own songs. Here it is. We'll be back.
Everybody likes to have a drink when they're out to dinner. Let me ask you about a drink. Tell me if it's possible. Is there any way I can get a glass of water? Is there any way? Is there any way I can get a glass of water? Is there any way?
Does anybody want a drink of water? I want a drink of water.
You people think that we're off the rails? We were laughing so hard we had to stop, just like you did. We timed this out the right way.
Tell the story you just told about Eddie Pepitone calling you the other day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it was yesterday. He called me. I haven't talked to Eddie.
You had to correct me, you son of a bitch. I'll come over there and shiv you.
I dare you.
Come on.
I dare you. Come on. Shiv me right now. Shiv me right. Why? Yeah. Could someone stand up for me? Oh!
No, I don't want to do this bit. It's too mean. No. I don't want to do it. Put away the sound effects.
Shooting across the street again.
I don't want to do another bit like that. Just I'm not feeling it. So anyway, I want to go back. I love that you're smoking a cigarette in here. To George Carlin. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Even though I don't smoke, there's something about. And I don't want to promote smoking. Okay, I'm not going to fucking lie. I went through one lie in my life and I did it. And I'm not going to keep doing it. I do ads for cigarettes.
You do now still?
Can you imagine? By the way, to George Carlin, I'm kidding, but what a great bit to admit, like, after all my talking, and I try. You can make a lot of mistakes and attempt to try to be a good person. Yeah, that's what I fucking try to do. But that would be so fucking you motherfucker. But I always do it, I hide it. I deny it and get away with it for years. I make bits where I always say shit like, hey, it's weird. Even though I know smoking is wrong, it looks so cool. And then the cigarette company, because let's say my podcast, if this was in a movie, it would be somebody with a huge radio career, like Stern at his biggest. They find out that motherfucker has been doing ads indirectly for the smoking. Like, in other words, he could talk about it
in other countries. You mean?
No, on his show, like he does it. Like Stern could come on and go, you know what we did? Like, we had some people over, and even though I know smoking is bad for you, sometimes after dinner, I just miss it with a coffee. So you just think he's like I don't know. Now I've turned this into a movie.
I would love,
but like it would be a great thing where if you found out in a movie that's what that person was doing, and all those years. Because by the way, it could happen because you could talk about it just casually, like I talk about it. Like sometimes when I have people at my house for dinner, I don't know why I don't let smoking in my house. Once in a blue moon, if there's a lot of smokers there. People that don't smoke, that will smoke on rare occasions, I go, smoke here. You push back. I've told that story on the air. If I was big, I could I'm got a little carried away with the scenario, but it all makes sense. Subliminal, not subliminal, really. What if so boring what I just talked about? God damn it,
Todd! I'm trying to save you, Todd.
Thank you.
What if it's a smoking PSA from a guy on the microphone? He's smoking a cigarette, but he's going. If you know someone who smokes cigarettes, tell them to stop because every minute 4 million people die of smoking. And it's a terrible habit. It's bad for your heart and it's bad for your lungs.
And then it's a PSA, and then that guy's smoking during that PSA. He's a voiceover guy.
Right.
Yeah, do it again. He goes, the infamous voiceover guy.
He goes, I record all this. He goes, cut. Yeah, I record all the anti-smoking PSAs because they like my smoky voice.
A guy that never smoked a cigarette can't do it because he's not going to scare you.
Every second, 500,000 people die of secondhand smoke.
Here's the voiceover guy.
Don't smoke, son of a bitch.
What's his name? What's this guy's name?
My name's Shade Gallows. I'm a legendary voiceover artist. Shades Gallows.
Shades. We want you to go outside and smoke the 2 packs of cigarettes and come back in, and we're going to do the.
I already did on the way over. I'm ready, baby.
Go smoke another pack.
Fine.
1 hour later.
No, it takes me like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Let me light up. I got to get through this shit.
30.
What's the copy? Who is it for? Canada, America? What's the deal?
It's an anti-smoking.
Yeah, no shit. That's all I do. I do anti-smoking and I do don't beat your kids. Those are the 2 ads I do.
What's the don't beat your kids one sound?
It says, hey, don't beat your kids. Have a cigarette.
Oh, that's a cigarette ad.
I do them in different markets.
Sure, sometimes you want to.
Sure, he fucked up. Sure, he brought home a D. Sure, he's banging his teacher. Who cares? Relax. Don't hit the kid. Smoke a cigarette. And then after that, he goes, what's next? Don't smoke. Go ahead and hit the kid.
Well, I don't know what to do.
We were talking.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
What? I have my. Yeah. No, this is not a proper forum to ask me a question, Todd. No. What do you need? Were you going to write it to me? Oh, no. He's. Do you. By the way, you had a bubble machine that's totally unappreciated.
I know.
To the podcast
I love when they're playing the opening jingle.
You're playing bubbles.
It's a bubble machine, and can I tell you something? Here's what I did. Well, let's turn the light off now.
No,
leave
I love it. I
Leave
love
it on.
it.
Here's what I did. So sometimes I think
Disco lights.
the listeners know because sometimes we talk about it, but I have a hand bubble machine, and when they're playing like their opening jingle, I pull it out from under the desk. For the first time, no one's ready for it, and then bubbles. It puts out like a tremendous amount of bubbles. Don't picture like one bubble flowing out. It's like this. So anyway, listen, behind you over there, behind that wall, I didn't hook it up yet. I bought me and Jake went online. We bought a bubble machine. This thing is the fucking real deal. It was $100, and it bubbles come. It's like 30, 40, 50 bubbles just billowing out of this hole. So we're gonna hang it.
A guy died from bubble inhalation.
Oh, you should see. Okay, listen. So we're gonna we're gonna hang it right above you, and then I'm gonna have it on a switch. And when I intro, and where the bubbles will start flooding out over the whole table.
But don't tell people what's going to happen.
Oh, of course I won't.
Oh, that's great. All right, so look forward to that, folks.
You like when things happen when you don't know they're going to happen?
It's a Todd Glass
teaser, you'll love this
teaser
then.
moment.
Oh, sure, yeah, sure. You'll love this. You want to do something over there? Super freak?
Wait a minute. I would love it if this is a Vegas act. Wait, Todd, you're like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we had a fun show tonight. Everybody, cool. Ready? I like to take everybody out a nice way.
Hold on, start playing the song. Start playing the fucking Super Freak. Play Super. These people are horny. Give them something to go back up to their rooms and fuck with. Super Freak. God damn it.
Now I can't edit this out.
Oh, that was what I was doing.
You were saying that was me because I was busy putting my headphones.
Yeah,
back
you're the
on.
orchestra.
I'm gonna go nuts with these fucking headphones. It's like
I swear to God, I'm gonna go nuts. I'm cracking up here.
Can I tell you? Can I ask you a serious question? Let me.
You asked that before, and you did. Oh, it was a bit. He was like, "Can I ask you something?" That all happened, and now he's like, "Can I ask you something?" And it stopped.
What was I just saying about? Oh, I
ask
sound
me
like
seriously.
I'm mean, but I'm not really yelling at anybody when I go these fucking headphones.
Todd, it's a character that we made up.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Wait, Pepitone called me 2 days ago, and he goes, "Yeah."
Why he doesn't call me? What's wrong?
No, it was a.
How's the bitter Buddha?
We're gonna
bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha. Give me some drums, give me some drums, give me some drums. Bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha. Tom Leykis, bitter Buddha.
You got it.
Bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha,
I'm the sexy
bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha, bitter Buddha. Tom Leykis for bitter Buddha.
I'm a bitter Buddha who gets bitter pussy.
That's right. We got Eddie Pepitone.
Eddie Pepitone on the line. Have you heard the way his voice is destroyed?
How long do you think you could do Arsenio Hall? Like that guy did it 18 seconds. Do you think you could do it longer?
What I was wondering, I could do it for probably 17 minutes. But aside from that, what I was wondering is,
you don't want to do.
What if he has a new show right after 20 years off the air, or whatever? What if he came out and he's like Arsenio, and everybody in the audience is like, woo, woo, woo. He's like, no, that's not the show I'm doing now. That was back then. None of that. He pulls his arm, he loops it backwards. He's like, unwind it. Do you insist, sir? Get him the fuck out of here. This is not going to be the same show.
Arsenio!
No whoops. Whoop, 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 whoop. He starts shooting. He starts.
I said not to do that!
Now I'm going to do the show my way. Do you understand me? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arsenio Hall program.
Guy's so desperate to whoop, he coughs up blood while he whoops. He's like gurgle, gurgle.
Do you have any last words to say, you slime ball?
His wife is over him. His wife goes over. His wife of 70 years. They're an older couple, but he loves Arsenio so much.
He shoots the wife just to get her out of the way. Do you have any last words?
No, she looks into his eyes and she says, "I love you." And this is what he uses his last breath to say. Say, give me the you're the husband. Just in my eyes, just say, "I love you." I know I'm losing you,
baby, don't go.
Whoop, whoop. That's all he says.
Why?
Whoop, whoop.
And she goes,
"Tell Arsenio." Whoop, whoop.
She goes, "Go ahead and give me the gun."
Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
I'll put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
I made your wife sound like John McCain.
Yeah. Does John McCain always have a problem with everything everybody's doing?
Yeah.
Whenever they go to him, I go, oh, what's he not agreeing with? And I know nothing about politics, but that's what I think. Oh, what isn't he going to agree with?
Well, my
By the way,
friends,
you see...
all I want to do, what I really want to do is just find some people and just blow them up. There's folks out there. We haven't blown anybody up in about 3 years. We got to start blowing people up.
And what do you...
I was tortured, you son of a bitch.
That's... My father was in World War III with John McCain. No, I don't know if that's true.
It's coming up. Next week, World War III, folks.
By the way, there is some truth to what I'm saying. Hold on one second. Let me go back. Let me.
It's not 100% live.
Let me slow the show down to a grinding halt to make a morsel of a point. That's the new show. Stop hilarity and make mild points.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a break for the
ladies and gentlemen.
Serious update here on the 5s and the 7s. Here with Todd. Time with the serious update.
We got a 5 and 7 coming up. We're out 4 or 5. This is Greg Tucker with the traffic patrol.
Without the traffic patrol, in and out of Burger, taking on the 405 through, taking down the weather on the 17s, on 10s, and 17s.
What the people should do.
Baby in the first lane, with a little Caltrans, with a jackknife, little butter truck. Sponsored by Sarah Lee.
Thanks a lot, man. About new to the studio. Thanks a lot. We'll come back to it in about 15 minutes. We'll find out the traffic.
Beep, 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 beep,
We sound like a horrible improv team.
We're just...
This would be the worst show in the world.
Right!
Oh.
It's the whole... Oh, Christ.
At least we caught ourselves. See, that's why we're an elite group by ourselves. We stop ourselves when going down paths of horror. No, it is different on a podcast.
Todd's always really...
Todd Glass Show. Voted #1 by the Podcasters Association of America.
Do you ever listen to like news radio, like KNX?
I love it.
It sounds like a ballet with how fast they're talking and how many things they're doing, and they're like, Congress coming up with a vote on gay marriage, and Obamacare endangered by the Supreme Court. The Foreign Secretary talking to more news on the traffic on the hour, weather first. I thought you were going to jump in there.
Oh, I was enjoying it.
It's KNX, but one guy's dead. Like, they got to go news, traffic, weather, and like one guy's dead. One guy's not even there.
That makes you have to do all this, the whole bit.
No. But be dying. Okay? So, like.
Oh, okay.
KNX 1070, News 80. You're listening to the headlines. The California governor's race came in with 24% reporting for candidate John Brown, who's now taking the lead. Early results expected by tomorrow. And Redondo Beach is closed because of a whaling. Now, traffic on the 7s and 5s. 101, 405, 705, 405, 7. Is something wrong? I know. Let's go to the weather on the 8s and the 9s.
I'm having trouble breathing. Can I tell you, I'm doing what you told me to do, but I don't know why. That's how lost I got.
It would have taken maybe some rehearsals, maybe some talent.
You know what? You don't got to rehearse. So you're at the supermarket.
Is there any? Can we get some talent in here? Can we get a stunt? Can we get a stunt, Todd?
So you
a stunt?
Can we get a stunt, Todd? Listen to what happened. So when he called me, he told me I happened to be up because I was going to get up and I got up, and then I was going to watch TV. So when you called, I was like, I was sort of up for like 15 seconds. So I picked it up because you called back twice, and then
I called Todd last night.
Yeah, and then he calls back a second time. I figure usually if someone calls back twice, I've done it too, where I'm just calling back because I didn't get their message or I hung up by accident. So anyway, but usually when they call twice, I get very nervous. So anyway, I picked up, and you're like, "Are you up?" I go, "Sorta."
No, to me it sounded like
I was faking it.
Because I.
What do you think? I try to be cool? No, man, I'm up.
To me, it sounded like Todd.
Like
it sounded like Todd was like it sounded like Todd was in his nightgown with a pointy cap and like a candle and slippers. And I was like, Todd. He was like, hey, do you have any idea what time it is?
No, that's a total. That's based on nothing.
We are long asleep.
We
are long asleep. We are a quiet family. We've been sleeping.
Now and then in the background, I hear like. And he's like, the baby is away. We haven't heard a sound in 6 hours, and you called? You called nearly 3 o'clock in the morning. This had better be. You had better be at a bus station, or this is way out of line.
Oh, that can I tell
Are you stranded?
I was trying to stop. Oh yeah, because if you're calling me, you're stranded. Like what?
Right.
You wouldn't call.
I would not call. What if I call Todd, I need your help. Todd, please help me.
I don't do anything. I never do that. People go, I would go, oh, my car's in the shop. I'm not driving somewhere at 5 o'clock. I just won't do it.
Now, what if somebody was going to pay you $500?
Oh, I go. Sure. Well, it's $500. That means tomorrow I can buy something I don't want. Look, no one's offering me money to do things I don't want to do. When I was younger.
Yeah? You used to be nice back then?
No, that sounds like I used to.
You used to turn tricks.
So you said you were...
That was you.
At the supermarket, and then... But they're also nice during the day. But you're right. If you go into these supermarkets
So,
at
yeah,
night...
I had just been to the grocery store, and I had to call Todd because I knew I was coming on, and I knew we had to come up with some material.
Sure. We always get together the day before the show. It takes 32 writers just for my monologue, which I don't do. I haven't done once. It's been that bad. This is how picky I am.
continue paying.
They've written me a monologue every single show. They've written me a monologue, and I throw it all out. And when I do one, it's because they're going to get it right. I have a group of people, just monologue people.
Look,
Jake has seen them. He says they don't even work that hard. He sees them in there. They're writing shit.
He's working on cue cards.
Can I do one of the jokes that they wrote for me? Like go out, like if I'm on a show.
Yeah, it's the Todd Glass monologue.
Yeah. Okay, so make pretend the show starts. Da da da. And you all applaud. It's the Todd Glass Show. Hi again, Los Cienega Boulevard.
Yeah, I'm going to sit back and decide if I like it.
Here's the host of the Todd Glass Show,
Todd Glass.
What a night. Well, it's good to be here. I guess in efforts, Beverly Hills, in efforts to make money for some of the debt that they're in, is putting in speed bumps that are literally 5 times the size. No. And please give me a chance. I'm pretending this is live on a real show.
It's a late night show? What is this guy?
So in an effort to make money, they put in speed bumps.
He's no Jimmy Kimmel, I'll give it that much.
Who is this talking during my show?
I got free tickets. Get funny. You got a TV show? You got a TV show, get funny.
All right, we can do that bit, but let me get this joke. Tell me if you think this would be a good joke for if a talk show host.
All right, I'll go with you. Don't worry, I'm a decent man.
In efforts for the Culver City Police Department, I changed it up a little. In effort for the Culver City Police Department, because, by the way, this is a joke that I thought of the other night. I go, that would be a good monologue joke. And I was laying in bed, and this is the joke I thought of, I swear to God. By the way, it might not be, but listen. So in efforts to make some money, the Culver City Police Department, because as you read in the papers, they're in financial ruin, in financial debt. They have installed speed bumps that are 5 times the size, and when the cars are going up in the air, and they've installed cameras, and they're taking pictures and selling them to people, like at the amusement park.
It's all set up. It doesn't pay off in any way.
Shut the fuck up, asshole. That's what I would do. Shut up!
It's your own show, but it's like a shitty bar show where you get in a fight with a guy. It's the debut. It's the Todd Glass Show, everybody. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba. He's like, I don't come to your show and fucking shit down your face.
All right, listen. I'm going to kill these headphones.
I love the idea that you would bomb at your own talk show. The first one, you're like, "Come on, folks, I'm working shit out." So I called Todd at late in the morning, and he sounded like he was like, "You woke the horses." What I was calling because I was at the grocery store, and the thing is, like, the grocery store in the daytime. The grocery store in the daytime, they're not necessarily going to be super nice to you, but they're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's the grocery store. Yeah, of course, come here.
Put some grocery store music in the background. Or not music.
Exactly. That's really good scoring.
At night.
You deserve a podcast Oscar.
Well, hold on. Shut the music. Shut it
a
off.
Podsker.
Shut it off for 1 second. So I'm dying with these headsets. Aristotle is being nice and trying to put the phone back on, but I can't act like.
Yeah, if he can't do it, yank him out of here and get Socrates in.
All right, put the.
You think you're so smart, Aristotle? You think everything's made of dirt and shit? Try Socrates. He was dealing with forms we didn't even know about.
Aristotle. So anyway, so you said you're smart. Yeah, at night there's like put the music, put the supermarket. Maybe do a little back.
That's like
one of those
daytime grocery store.
They're daytime.
Cherries are on sale.
Oh no, this is. Oh yeah, turn the.
So, but then I went in at night, 3 a.m., and it's like you're walking into a construction zone with no hard hat.
All right, now
on.
give the background, like when they're moving pallets around.
Yeah, they're like, "What are you doing in here?"
Exactly.
We're taking stock. Like this is a grocery store at 3 a.m. What, a person? Fuck!
Yeah, turn the jackhammer up more.
All right, turn it off, Mike! We got a fucking drunk in here! What do you want? What do you want?
Customer here.
You want jack-off DVDs or you want cum wiping toilet paper? What do you need, you sick fuck? You dirty piece of shit!
Hey, I just wanted to get a six-pack of beer.
Yeah, you and your sick pack of beer!
Are you guys closed?
We're open! We're Ralph's! We're always open!
I know, but it looks like there's construction going on.
Yeah, pal! We're not just perfect all the time! Everybody's gotta scratch their ass! Guess what? Ralph's got a big fucking itch! It's like an emergency at all times.
I am picturing the supermarket so much, like they have the pallet and they're moving
the
some
pallet.
beer
It's
in.
chaos.
Yeah, and there's
like all the cereal. It's like not only the boxes have fallen down, but like just like the cereal's falling out of the boxes. Like there's a whole aisle of just like you're walking through Lucky Charms.
Yeah, by the way, the scene that I'm imagining is not even a Vons with one cashier. Whenever you go in the Vons, even when they need more than one, there's always, no matter what time, if there's a Vons or another supermarket open,
John's.
Yeah, the ones that like you could walk in there at 4 a.m. There's always someone at the register. Always. The situation I've walked into that you're talking about, I sort of know what you mean. There's not even anybody at the register. Like you literally have to. This is more. We're moving stock, but we're afraid we're going to lose $80 a night, so we just stay open when we're not staffed. That's I love.
And there's guys who clearly don't work. They're not. They're contractors. They're just there to like tag shit or whatever. And they're like, they look at you like, oh, I'm not here to help you, motherfucker.
Yeah. They wear shirts that go, I'm a vendor, back off, fuckface.
Yeah. I'm with Sarah Lee.
Yeah, I'm with Sarah Lee.
Hey, bring in the sweet cinnamon cakes. Get the fuck out of my delivery zone, pal.
Sir, do you work here? Do you know where the soda is, sir?
I work here. I don't work for these sons of bitches.
Oh, I didn't know. I just thought.
You look like you never fought a day in your life.
All I wanted to know is where'd
you come from?
Do you work for this supermarket?
I work. I'm gonna.
Oh, gross!
Spit on you!
How dare you just spit on me, you freak! I'm a customer.
That Sarah Lee spits on you. I'm the official representative of Sarah Lee Cookies instead of get those sweet tarts in here.
Oh, you work for Sweet Tarts?
No, I work for. Oh, they get a little kid. Sarah Lee Sweet Tarts, all kinds of sweet items.
Oh,
yeah, like Krispy Kreme. Get the Krispy Kreme. Dump them on the fat fuck.
Who is? That's not nice. Why is this guy? Okay, this is the supermarket.
Why is there he's jackhammering while he talks to you?
No, that's in the background. That's other people in the store.
I just want to make it hard for somebody like it's hard for me.
Why are they jackhammering? Because in the frozen foods, there's a weird smell, and they found out there's a broken pipe, so they're trying to fix it through the night. So the store right now, during this bit, it stinks. Not the worst in the world, but it's definitely a stink. And you're trying to buy jelly beans. And this guy's there.
Be the guy.
Are you the manager?
Oh, you mean the manager?
Who's the guy that's yelling?
Then the manager comes over. Always, he waddles over. He has like 8 keys on him, and he's just like, he goes like, okay, excuse me. What do you need, sir?
Yeah, I bought a carton of cigarettes, and I get the bit.
Oh yeah, you
every
paid.
time I talk about cigarettes, people are like, "Oh my god!" No, I bought a carton of cigarettes. I know it's unhealthy, but it is so much fun.
There's no returns. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, I just was in here a minute ago. Literally, I didn't even get out to my car. Do you remember I was just in here because I told you we made a joke about the...
I didn't talk to you. No. I haven't made a joke in 17 years.
We didn't make a joke, but you made a joke. You said it sounds like there's
I haven't made a joke since Johnny Carson was on TV.
Right. You're missing the point.
Fine.
we had a moment together. Maybe it wasn't a joke. You said like it sounds like Grand Central Station in here, and I laughed. And you said, I remember, liked my tie. You said that's a cool tie. You don't remember that?
You didn't.
And
you're not wearing the tie.
Hold on, I gave it to you, and you don't remember me.
I don't remember you at all.
I gave you my tie.
No,
and you're
this is
wearing it.
No, this is my brother's tie.
Now come on.
My brother also works here.
Where's oh shit? That is the same tie. Then who has my tie? I don't know where the bit's going. Anyway, but we had fun while it lasted, and all the music goes on.
Well, we can't go into feet like that. Let's go back. Where do we go?
Yeah, you're right. Why do we have to just because I get lost? What are we scared of?
Look,
right back to the supermarket, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Be another funny character.
All right, okay.
I'm the best. I'm like the Byron Allen.
I'm a more lost. Okay, so the guy who was like fuck. He's like, fuck you, pal. He goes off. He leaves. And then I'm another customer who's been there longer and is just lost who comes up to you like,
and who am I?
You're the same customer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, do you have any idea how to get out of here? I came in here and these men, these men haven't helped me. I was trying to find Dentine.
You don't work here?
I'm retired. I was wondering if you had any help whatsoever, young man. Could you just point me to where something is?
Wait, who are you?
I'm a lost prisoner of the Sunset Ralphs. I used to blow Jim Morrison right back there in the frozen foods aisles.
Is that true?
I'm just.
Why do I say?
I'm in disguise. Let me take my wig off. I'm John McCain. I just like to hang out here at the Rock and Roll Ralphs in Hollywood.
Every time. Let me go back to that. You got me started again. Okay, every time that they go to John McCain. By the way, they go to the President Clinton and they go to Jimmy Carter sometimes when they're interviewing people. They go to people that I don't know what their
ancient president.
Hold on, no. Here's my point. No, you understand what I'm saying. Even when they modern day sometimes they'll go to President Carter when they're asked.
Who is the president?
Dealing with somebody.
Todd, who is the president right now?
President Obama. I'm not a moron. Just came to me in time. So listen. No. I'm talking about. I'm not referencing them as. I'm not referencing them as they were presidents of today. In what I'm talking about, it makes sense that when they have a news story and they're doing something in defense, sometimes they'll go to our past presidents. I don't always know what they're going to say. So you might go, well, come on. Whenever they go to Clinton, you know what he's going to say. Whenever they go to Carter, you know what he's going to say. No, not always.
Clinton's going to be like...
But back to fucking John McCain. Every fucking time they go to him when there's something going on, I go, oh, what's he going to disagree with? And he will never, ever, 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 ever let me down.
Right.
Ever. He won't, because if he did once, I'd go... Oh, okay, you know what? He might be strong on one side, but I know.
No, I'll let you down from time to time.
By the way,
I disagree. I think I'll let you down from time to time.
Where the hell did you come from?
What you mean, John McCain?
I know it is. How the hell did you just end up right there?
Well, I was monitoring the situation. I was driving around in drag.
I heard you worked at the supermarket.
Yep. Welcome back to the supermarket.
Are you John McCain?
I'm John McCain. My friend.
Oh, my God. Why do you work at the supermarket? Oh, is that rude that I'm asking?
I think I'm only working here so that Mexicans can't work here. I feel like I'm stealing jobs from people who are stealing jobs.
What do you... Well...
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Says a lot about you.
You look like a real leftist. You look like a real hippie. Child.
Where's the toilet paper?
You want toilet paper? Mm-hmm. It's in my asshole. Why don't you just lick it out?
Oh, why are you got to be so rude?
Why is that rude? I think that's suggestive.
No, I don't know about this.
I think that's well within the bounds of manners.
Anyway, grocery stores. Am I right, folks?
1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody sing along song in the world. Sing along with us. Here we go.
It's the easiest sing-along song in the world.
Sing along. Listen. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It gets harder.
Sing along song in the world. Come on, guys, I can't hear you. Along with us. Here we go.
It's the easiest sing-along song in the world.
fingers on the wall.
Here, Merrill Schindler. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to sing.
It's a sing-along song of the world. It's juicy, it's buttery, it's tender, and sing along with us. Because you got cinnamon, you've got this asparagus, it's all right there in a salad together. It's the easiest little thing, and you just put it on the side.
I like how I was holding the real words up for no reason, and you're saying all that, and I'm holding it up.
Wait a minute, is this edible paper?
No, it's not. No, Merrill. It's not. Merrill. It's not edible
I've
paper.
already, oh my gosh, it's kind of salty.
Well, it has no.
It's got a little bit of kick to it.
No, it has no.
It's
You're
got
just
a
saying
little bit of kick
there's
to
no
it.
seasoning in it whatsoever.
I think it's Old Bay seasoning.
I can't let. I can't let you
crabby.
believe that.
It's crabby.
No.
It's just. Have you ever had crab legs that were just they had dancing shoes on?
What does that mean?
Just dancing crab legs. Let your fingers do the licking.
How long have you been a food critic?
I've been a food critic. I was like amateur food critic when I was in high school.
You were? What do you mean by an amateur food critic?
Well, I would criticize little lunch trays you get. It would be like, oh, this is boring. It's awful.
So wait, can you like?
And then as soon as I got out of high school, I just ran cheek first into a side of beef, and I was like, "Have you ever run up to a piece of food and just attached yourself?"
Can I change this bit a little?
What? Sure, I'm open to surgery.
Merrill Schindler is at the supermarket, and he's in the corner telling someone about his life. But so the whole supermarket's going on. They're baghamming. No one can get any service. But back in the produce session, somebody said, "Hi, are you Merrill Schindler?" Because they recognized him. And now they haven't said one fucking word in 20 minutes.
No, wait. And you're just buying artichokes. And I go.
Okay, now
and I go. Oh, artichokes. Yeah, hi, Schindler. Yes, you're right. No, yeah, that's right.
Are you're Merrill Schindler?
Yes.
Nice to
feed your face.
Nice
sure.
to meet you.
You like artichokes? You like to eat artichokes?
Yeah.
You do, yeah. Well, guess what I like to do? You go down to Jimmy's artichoke hut, and what he'll do is he'll slice them up, and he decorates them with little sort of fox ears, and you run around, and you say, oh, it's an artichoke, and suddenly you're choking an artichoke.
Keep going. I pictured.
And then the bit reiterates a few times. There's more examples that I continue in a way.
Hold on. Here's what I pictured. That he started telling the guy way too much about his life. You could have gone in a more of a...
I picture that there would have been a script in the case. And I would have known that we would have had a rehearsal or something. We would have worked it out. Hi, are you trying to buy these bananas?
This is what Jen Kirkman's bedroom is like. And I always say that because it's not the I'm not making the obvious sound of that for what you think. What else would it be? No. It's for the get it. She has an electric toothbrush. She really. Can I tell you? I love sleeping in New York. To hear, I could wake up. You know what? When I hear all the hustle and the bustle of New York City, like if I'm at a place,
you never go to New York City.
Of course I do.
You haven't been to New York in 8 years.
Well, I haven't been to New York in probably a year and a half.
You like waking up in Manhattan to the
I sometimes like the noise outside because it makes me feel like I'm in bed and I don't have to get up and there's the outside world and I'm in here with a comfortable blanket and a pillow and like, God, this is nice.
Excuse.
Is that wrong? It's not like I can listen to people getting people get murdered and then go, oh, like the sound of an ambulance. It really makes me enjoy a feather pillow.
Can you play the jackhammer again?
Oh, are we going to be?
Wait. Ready?
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm a paying customer at this hotel, and I would like to complain about the nonstop jickety-jackety that's been keeping me up the night before my second wedding.
Okay, sir, I am sorry. I wish you wouldn't call me ma'am, but I am sorry for what's going on at the hotel, and it's not right, but I need ID.
Ma'am, I fought the Japanese for a reason, and that was so I could get service from a nice, gentle ma'am here in front of a hotel.
Sir, you're going to have to reference me as a sir.
Ma'am, I've had a big day. I was dragged through the East River by a tugboat. My shoes fell off the Empire State Building. I was run over by a subway car. Luckily, I wasn't the one who died.
and I hailed a cab who proceeded to splash garbage on me long enough for me to get on a city bus courtesy of Mayor John Lindsay to come back here to the Waldorf Astoria
Yes.
and ask you for help because I'm a groom who's getting married.
Okay, I do need 2 pieces identification, though. That's the problem.
Well, let me tell you my problem. I have some ID right here, but it was burned.
Sir, I'm going to get my assistant manager.
You have an assistant, boy? Oh, boy, this'll never end. Let me guess the different levels I'm going to have to suffer through during this bit.
Yeah, hello, sir. How can I help you?
Are you on the telephone?
No. How dare
Could
you?
someone please turn off that incessant drilling?
Oh, that's just a recording. We thought people liked the sound.
Boy, oh boy, the Japanese are taking over.
What if after that was just the sound they play in the lobby? It was just a restaurant owner who thought it was a hotel owner. He thought people liked it. You don't like that? No, our windows are sealed shut. You don't hear any noise from outside.
It's a themed hotel.
Yeah.
The theme of the hotel is "Pardon Our Mess."
You get into the room.
Yeah, like some people like the challenge of feeling like a little off their game.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Imagine a guy who's like, I always sleep in places that are under construction. I sleep right over any kind of hard machinery like that.
Yeah, like the theme is that it's always under construction. So in the shower curtain says like caution, do not enter broken glass. So everything they make, even the bedspread, it looks like it's a painter's tarp. Pardon us while we paint. Everything just looks like pardon our mess.
You go into your room. And there's just the windows open to the air outside,
and they pump in shit. Why does this bit have to go that way?
Todd, let's edit out the last half hour.
I thought you would be upset, of course.
Let me get a drink.
All right, let's do this then. We're going to take one more break, and then we're going to come back.
And we're going to do the fucking bits. We're going to do the bits that we promised.
You're going to do the classics.
We're going to do
That's right. You're going to fucking do what I want you to do. You're going to do. Here's what I've written down for you. Do other comics.
2 minutes. You got 2 minutes for each fucking bit, and then we move on. Ding,
Okay.
ding, ding. You need a bell.
You need a bell.
Don't tell me what kind of bell I need. I give you what you need is a Taco Bell.
My man. Sock it to me, baby. James. No. We can't. Don't do that, Aristotle. Don't go to the drums. No. James doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. James. No, don't. Aristotle. No, we don't. No, Aristotle. Aristotle. You can't sing. Just at least play. Aristotle, James, do you want him to play this? Do you want him to play this? He's doing this for you. Do you like it?
That's an old classic.
Do you know this song?
Know it. This is my song. This is me. That's me and a 25-member orchestra.
No, it's Aristotle.
It's me and 25 other people. Don't you hear the horn section and the violin?
All right.
That's the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra.
We'll be right back. What were we just playing? What were we just playing?
Pepitone.
Hold on one second. What were we just playing?
Aristotle was playing on the drums.
Oh, that's right. That was very good, Aristotle. I didn't know that was his alma mater.
Where he graduated from?
where you both graduated from. That song. That he was,
Yeah, we went to that song at high school.
Yeah. Exactly. I know I fucked up, I think. I mean, I definitely know I fucked up.
You understand it. You don't realize it, but you realize it.
I do. What have I really thought?
Wait, I want to tell you real quick. Eddie called me. So, Eddie called me, right? So
can I interrupt you for a second? I got to. I'm really sorry.
All right, but you're gonna play the card. What if we give each other soccer cards? I'll interrupt, but you got to play the card.
Yeah, this is gonna make me
get
feel
a certain
better.
number of interruptions.
Hold on. I want people to admire us for staying on track. So let me get this out. It's
What track?
Listen,
Spiderweb track.
what track? There's a well-oiled.
This is not a train you want to get on, folks.
It's the swerving track.
The train's leaving the station at the same time the same train's arriving at the station. Folks, the 4 o'clock train's here. I realized it's 6 o'clock. The 6 o'clock train came at 4 o'clock.
Oh, fucking funny! Jesus Christ. Because if what type of train?
Let's get on track.
Sorry, we were going the wrong way with the right train, but then the right train went the wrong way. Sorry.
Oh, it's a railroad station and everybody's cross-eyed, or like something's wrong with them.
Yeah.
They're like, my glasses are broken. I sent a train off down the cliff.
Yeah, you wouldn't want my show.
Wait, hold on! That train's leaving with no engineer. It's going. That train's going down the loop-de-loop.
Oh.
That's like.
Can you do me a favor? Will you be a guy? Just take my. Can you get the supermarket noise ready? Look, I'm pushing it here. You're that guy.
There's no way we're gonna get into any of it.
Oh wait, you want to tell me that Pete Holmes called? No. We're doing that. What? I wanted to before you told
Eddie
me.
Pepitone.
Okay, listen, please. Before you told me that, I wanted to plug that I did.
The Pete Holmes call was just him calling me and going, click. That's it.
Well, there was more to it than that. You said his laugh.
Pepitone called me.
Okay, listen. Now, hold on. I want to say this, and then we're going to talk about Pepitone. Promise. Just everybody, don't. If you become,
You were going to interrupt me. Is this the interruption?
Yes.
Okay, good.
If this becomes a bit, it's not. I want to get back to Eddie Pepitone's story.
No,
more
fuck
than
Eddie
anybody.
Pepitone.
No,
he gets enough airtime when he's not here.
Eddie Pepitone is like a father to me.
Yeah, well, he's like a grandfather to me.
He's like, in all fairness, I mean,
No, that was me.
I could say the same thing.
He's like a father to me. We're brothers.
He's like a younger brother to me. We try to over compliment him.
Now you made
He's like a
yourself old.
younger, better looking brother that nobody can't believe they're related to us.
What are you trying to say, Todd?
Listen, what I'm trying to say is now. Listen,
that's what I'm doing.
You say anything, it could. If I could forget what I wanted to say so easy, and
You
I
did.
did.
I know you did.
But now I remember.
Oh,
you're right. You're
okay.
totally right.
You remember, but you're holding this information.
I know now. I know now. But you're right. I was stalling. I was going. If I forgot. Meanwhile, all I was thinking was.
I think you might be stalling right now.
No,
too.
I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not. Oh,
really?
I wanted to plug that I was on his show. See. He wanted. I'm doing it fast because I know everyone thought I was doing it. I wasn't. I did Young Jake's podcast, and I wanted to plug it because I'll tell you why.
He's got a gun to his head. He's nodding.
Because. Hold on. Turn that off. I'm plugging your show. You don't want to play sound effects.
Yeah, like it's a show where he plays things.
Yeah. So anyway, listen. So, yeah, on a lot of shows I talk about stand-up comedy, but what was cool about this was isolated, which he said was sort of the theme of the show, very specific years into your stand-up career. So
That's your show?
Yeah, and it was really true because you could really soak in the open mic night. Like, yeah, I'll do radio. I'll pass by a lot of
So
stuff.
you have to like try to remember what that year was like?
Not year, the whole, like it could be a 10-year, the first 3 years.
Oh, right.
You know, that area where you're just starting, you meet your comic friends, you know, and you really, do you love it? It's like a new life for you. So we really just soaked in that sort of
the Todd Glass story. Starting out, you start stabbing people in the back, stealing jokes.
What? What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, see? Yeah, Todd Glass used to steal people's notebooks.
Oh, shut up. Is that somebody did say I stole their notebook once. Chris Kosha, but we're great friends. But we laugh about it. To this day, he goes,
It was gold, wasn't it?
I never took your notebook.
You made it sound like it to this day was 30 years from now.
No. All right, listen.
Okay.
Arsenio Hall.
Unwhoop that whoop. You unwhoop that whoop. You son of a bitch. So wait, was Eddie...
Do you think it's ridiculous to play a song through the PA? Oh, okay. Eddie. Go.
So Eddie called me.
Worst interviewer of the world. Eddie, go.
Wait,
No, do it.
I have a side note.
Okay.
No, okay, but we'll come back to
so
Eddie.
we don't forget it. Can I just keep saying Eddie while you're telling me the story?
No, because this is...
I don't think it'll ruin
just a quick
it.
one. Just a quick
Eddie,
one. Wait, Todd.
Eddie,
Just seriously. Todd, listen.
Eddie.
Todd, listen.
Okay.
What if you had... I'm afraid Eddie belongs
I don't
there.
want to forget. People will get pissed if we forget.
I have it written down. We have notes.
Shut up.
We're
notes.
sitting in piles of notes right now.
to George Carlin, he has.
They're
one little-
writing. They're furiously writing notes on chalkboards and hanging them around our faces right now.
To George Carlin, they're not.
George
he
Carlin,
has a crappy little notebook in front of him, and there's nothing in it. He's acting like, oh, I got my
To
go-to.
Lenny Bruce, I swear Todd Glass hates my notebook. I know it's not a moleskin, pal. I can't afford $7.99 for a notebook.
Eddie Pepitone, tell the story.
Before that, what if you had a serious guest on? What if you had Madeleine Albright, the former ambassador to the United Nations, and you were like, no, hold on a second. Play this song. And she's like, I'm waiting to talk about serious world events.
And then I'm like, oh, no, play this.
You're
Play this. Hold on, go to tell me what world events. Go. No. You ever hear this song, Madeline?
We think that Assad in Syria probably... This is not the right environment. This is really not the right environment. How dare you? I am a serious person. I am a serious person. You fucking asshole.
What does the fuck say?
We think that there is a diplomatic solution to a military problem. Ding, ding, ding.
Everybody, into the mic.
We are trying to have a dialogue with our national partners.
Happy. Listen.
What the fuck say? Big blue eyes, pointing nose, chasing mice and digging holes. Tiny paws up the hill. Suddenly you're standing still. Your fur is
This is a sing-along, motherfuckers.
like an angel in disguise. But if you meet a friendly host,
This is a song I can sing along to. I think.
How would you speak to that?
I think I got carried away.
Well, as I was saying, I think that the United States can project force in a way that is responsible and within the boundaries of international law. And I think your digression really takes away from the very important, serious
First of all,
point.
I want to say this, that I really do appreciate you coming by. I hope you feel heard. And I don't always agree with everything you say, but I hope you had a good time. And I've
never had a good time. I'm Madeleine Albright. I live in television studios.
Now, how did you get started in the business?
I worked for a number of monsters in Washington. I was a young intern for Richard Nixon.
What was that like?
Well, he smelled like socks. Is that true? Richard Nixon smelled like socks.
What jobs did you do at the White House? What jobs did you do?
I used to lick Richard Nixon's asshole.
No, seriously.
That's okay. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I used to suck his cock.
Is this in the book?
Is it in the book? Oh, I wanted to plug my book. Yeah. All the Cum by Madeleine Albright.
Shut it up.
You don't even know who Madeleine Albright is.
I know of her, but I think it sounds funny. There's no way this would make sense if it was her.
I would love it if Todd. If the worst idiot executive, they put you on the wrong network, right? They're like, we love your podcast. We want you to do a show on MSNBC.
Me? Oh.
MSNBC.
Yeah.
You're like George Stephanopoulos, former campaign director for Bill Clinton.
Okay,
Is on with Todd Glass.
Okay, first I read the first part out of a teleprompter, but then I try to ad-lib a little during the interviews. I'll do the same thing. Who am I going to be sitting down with? Because I don't know enough about politics to even make it make sense. Give me the line.
Okay. Wolf Blitz. I'll be Wolf Blitzer. Hi.
How long have you been in the business?
Well, I've
You're a journalist,
you should
right?
know.
Don't let me. But this is my talking to the producer.
Well, you're interrupting me.
No,
I'm
this is
Wolf
the producer.
Blitzer. I've never interrupted.
No, take back the shush. There, I don't like to do it there. It's not a way. I was done at a radio station.
You're unshushing me.
I'm telling myself not to. Shush you.
That's almost ruder than shushing me.
We're changing the bit now. You're the producer the night before. And you're filling me in who Wolf Blitzer is, so I can give him a proper intro.
Okay, so I Wolf Blitzer, am the producer.
Who's on the show tomorrow night?
I just try to use this machine whenever I can. Seems to make everything better.
I'm talking to you through a PA system.
Can I have that?
Oh, no. What's who's on the show tomorrow? You're my producer.
You got Wolf Blitzer. You have James Carville.
What is his intro? Can you put it up on the screen so I can get it down? Or just tell me what I should say to him.
Well, he has a beard. He's on CNN.
No, come on, I don't got time. I got to be out of here. What do I say about Wolf? But he's a journalist, right?
You
know I don't know.
He interviewed the president.
He just interviewed the president?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
How has he been doing? He's been doing this a long time. I know his name. How long has he been a journalist? Look it
What's
up.
his name?
Wolf Blitzer. We're
Thank
talking
you.
about.
Yeah, thank you.
Then you.
I just want to make sure that you knew it because you've had some problems remembering people's names.
38 years.
You said Pat Buchanan was Rachel Maddow.
Right, here we go. The start of the show. You be the intro of the show, and I'll be him after I got to see how this would go if I had a show like this. With this little bit of time to study. Now, introduce me. It's my show, and then on my show tonight is Wolf Blitzer. You're the announcer opening the show. Go ahead.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on MSNBC on the Todd Glass program, he welcomes Wolf Blitzer.
Hold on. I steal.
Hold on. We're on live air, apparently.
No, we're not.
Hold the advertisers.
I steal the Tom Likas music.
Who needs any money from Campbell's Soup? We've got him stopping things.
Tom Likas is my announcer. I feel bad because he influenced me, so he opens the show.
Right.
Okay, and we use his old theme. Okay, go ahead.
From Washington, D.C., you are about to tune in for a show that's not hosted by a right-wing, whack-a-whack convicted felon. No. You are tuned to the program here in the nation's capital of the District of Columbia with a Todd Glass program on MSNBC. Todd!
Hello.
Do you care?
Tonight,
you hired me as the announcer, and I won't leave.
Tonight on Todd Glass, we're going to sit down with veteran journalist Wolf Blitzer. Wolf has been in the journalistic business for 38 years, so obviously there's some good stories.
Who is he porking? I'm still here.
He's the worst co-host in the world.
He doesn't leave the microphone.
Anyway, Wolf.
Wolf. Are you descended from K9?
You only can spend a nickel on a date.
Wow! Well, Bledger, you'll never spend more than $40 on a woman if she's your guest. If you have a man as a guest, you're blah, 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 blah.
Tom, when is there a right time to get married? Is there ever?
Right now on the MSNBC program with Wolf Blitzer as guest.
Wait, is he taking over the show?
I'm taking over the show.
What happens?
The Todd Glass Show, Washington, D.C., on the MSNBC.
Oh, and Wolf Blitzer talks about politics. No. You and Tom Likas ends up getting a show where he talks about politics. He does it with the same style as his old style, but now he's talking about politics.
If you watch carefully, what you'll realize is that we've done a complete 180, where now Tom Likas is hosting a show where Wolf Blitzer is the guest.
Yes.
We have done a delicate ballet move here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so now here he is. He's Tom Likas, but now he's on a
You are out of the serious political talk show. I'm sitting down with Wolf Blitzer here in Washington, D.C. Wolf, thank you for joining me.
Hello, Tom Likas. It's good to be on satellite with you today.
Well, we wanted you in the studio, but you are a pussy. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if I'm hearing you correctly, but right now I think we might have to stop this interview. What did you just say to me?
What I'm saying is that you're a shrill, shrieking shrew.
Well, I don't. Some people think some of the
You think that your God is going to tell me how to live my life.
Who is this?
Well, I'm Beelzebub, the devil himself. I'm satanic.
Tom Likas.
Worshiping my Satan power.
How are we going to go? Here's how I'd like to go to close. Just doing Tom Likas till I can't breathe. Like, get every bumper ready.
Wait.
Promo. Oh, you got something you want to plug your dates?
Eddie Pepitone. Yes.
Oh, what's your Eddie Pepitone story?
Forget that. Hold on a second. My dates. I'm going to be. When do you drop this? When does this come out?
No. Can I tell you?
When does it come out?
To George Carlin.
Friday. I'll be in Bloomington, Indiana at the Comedy Attic. And then
it's a great club.
I'll be in Montreal 2 weeks after that.
Name dropper.
Later in September at
asshole.
At the Comedy Nest in Montreal.
Swivel shits.
And in October I'll be in Atlanta at the Laughing Skull.
Dimple tits.
What were you saying? Hey, that's the greatest way. Yeah, I come off my plugs and you go, well, if anybody wants anything interesting, I guess we can move on. You turned the music off. You made it sound as uninteresting as possible. All right, go ahead and do your plugs. You're like, I wouldn't go see any of it. Let's go ahead and listen. I'm like, I'm going to be in Bloomington, Indiana. He's like, yeah. Couldn't get booked in Indianapolis.
You turned your seat around. I wouldn't go see it.
I wouldn't see it. I don't need that.
Everyone knows, but that's not true. You're one of those people I run. Why do I have to take out of a very funny bit and always feel like and then go, the thing.
You're a nice person.
Hey, your mom's a whore. That's what I got to do to get my kahunas back.
I'm going to
I get chicken shit.
I'm going to tell you said that.
What are you going to tell me?
What are you going to tell me?
Blah, blah, blah.
What do you? Okay, you plugged your stuff.
Yeah, and then you were like, what you were going to say?
That's great. I love what you're doing up there at the Comedy Addict. I know you're running around. You do these little shows. It's great.
Comedy Addict, Bloomington, Indiana. Followed by Comedy Nest, Montreal, Quebec, if they let me into the country. After that, Atlanta, Georgia, if they let me back into the country. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel? Todd is shuffling papers like Andy Kindler with... have you ever seen Andy Kindler go on stage where he's like...
He's like, I have. Hold on, I did say I have a number of materials. Huh? What you don't like the material? What if I moved on to the energy chunk? What's wrong? Is Heisenberg too? What's it? Is it the Heisenberg disaster? What's it? What am I, Schrodinger's cat? Am I dead? Am I alive? Am I bombing? What's the?
More. More Andy Kindler. Just do a little more. Do him talking about
what am I though? What am I? Who am I? What am I on? What am I? Who am I? What am I? A question? What am I? What was it? Grammatical diacritical marks? Hold the diacritical criticism. Am I wrong?
Can I ask you a question?
Am I wrong? Am I pronouncing my hard G's?
It makes Todd plastic.
If you don't know Andy Kindler, you want to go listen to him now because then you'll shit in your
Listen to
pants.
Kindler so that you can turn off Kindler. That's the real hit.
You ever hear this? I'm not really lost. I'm afraid I'm being too silly.
No, you're not. You're being introspective.
It's true.
Is that Rory?
Sometimes I worry I'm being...
Is that Rory?
No, that was my good friend Tom Martin, who has 3 Emmys.
Why? Whoa, you're shouting me down from something.
Well, I don't like when you...
Look, I don't have any Emmys. I'm not allowed on television.
Oh my God! Can I tell you?
Shit my pants last time I was on.
I have to have this. I have to have this.
They won't let me on TV. Wait, it sounds like they won't hire me. Look, Todd. Be like, oh, you're not allowed. Okay, look, I'm not allowed on TV.
Oh, what happened? You won't get. Why can't you get?
I
hired?
punched a guy.
Oh. I don't know if that's you're not allowed on TV. I think you've been banned from TV. I'm not allowed on TV. I'm not allowed.
I'm too hot for television.
Yeah, I only do pictures, stills. For my friends.
But they're funny. Believe me, I got a hot dog and I'm pointing at something.
Yeah, I do. Tasteful nudes.
So Eddie Pepitone calls me, right? I'm serious. I'm going to say that. It's not going to work. You know it's not going to work. We know going in that's not going to work.
Please just do it.
Okay, fine. But Eddie Pepitone called me and he goes, I answer the phone. Hey, Eddie. And he's like, yeah, how you doing down there? You're drunk, you're hungover, and I was hungover, but I was just offended that he started out with the fact that I was drunk. He was like, yeah, you're drunk, you're drinking every night, just like the military-industrial complex wants you. You realize that, James? They want you to be drunk and they want you to be stoned. That's what you're up against. And I'm like, hi, yes, hello, Eddie. He started in lecturing me. He knew somehow that I was hungover.
Oh, yes, fresh air. Why, even the most respectable refresh air. It's wonderful on a Friday podcast.
And you probably wonder, like, somewhere in there, you think Eddie has good... He knows a little bit. Like, you go out at night, you have fun. So you think he's trying to really get into your head? Or
I know what you do. You do your little dancing. You flirt. You're flirting with your guy friends. Eddie... I've always been progressive. I am tolerant of all sexualities. But the tone of my voice sounds very angry about anything. You go out there with your guy friends.
But he's progressive.
Waving around your rainbow flags. Ah! I'm drunk. Why? Because Coca-Cola wants me to be drunk. Because Lockheed Martin is out there and I'm soaked in Clorox. Ah!
Wait, did I do the bit where it's Eddie Pepitone doing Paul Revere?
Can I tell you right now?
Yeah.
This is like Coke for me. Like I've never done Coke, but I would imagine
some? I was going to about that.
No, I would imagine it's like. Well, I don't know. People don't all have great Coke stories. So whatever it is. Oh, like mushrooms.
I got some great.
I don't want this to end.
You got some mushrooms?
No, I don't have anything.
Stop talking about drugs.
But by the way, we'll get back. I'm not kidding you. I had a moment a second ago. I may as well share it. I've been smoking. I've been having a lot of fresh air tonight, and the microphone was 3D. Now I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that. That's true. I know that seems weird to tell. What's this? Fresh air?
Fresh air. Todd finds it delectable, yes, fresh.
I made up that story about the three. No, I didn't make it up, but I'm embarrassed that I told it. And I don't want to edit it. So
have I told the story about?
We talked about it. Can I have? Couldn't you tell I was? Can you tell I was finishing something? What's up?
Oh, you still doing the show? If we take the headphones off, are we just hanging out?
You want to just hang out? You want to stop the show, but then we leave it.
Let me leave it rolling.
Let me first of all. You know, there should be this show where you take your headsets out. I think maybe you get more because you're not listening to yourself talk.
What you should do is for the fourth hour of the show, we should take the headphones off.
No, we're going in for close right now.
Wait, no, we're not. I got 6 more bits. We got to do a rapid fire round.
Sock it to me, motherfucker.
Baby, I told you I would lick your balls. You turned it on just you turned it on just long enough to go. Yeah,
I went like this.
He turned it off.
Back to my voice. Hello. You know what I think? That's what I think. You know what I think? That's what I think. You know what I think? That's what I think.
Hey, I'll tell you the way I think. You know what I think? I think like
this. No, it's the other way around.
I'll tell you what
I'll tell you what I think. I think like this. You know what I think? You know the way I think this food tastes?
What the fuck do you think?
I'll tell you. You made this lasagna. I'll tell you what it tastes like.
I made it with
gross.
That's what it tastes like. That was too long. I'll tell you what it tastes like. That's what it tastes like.
You're possessed.
You know what it tastes like?
I'm gonna tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like. That's what it tasted like.
You know what?
You know what it tasted like? I'm gonna tell you what it tasted like. You know what your lasagna tasted like? That's what it tasted like. I got it right most of the time. Here's what's right. You know how I'll tell you how it tastes. You want to know how it tastes? You think you scare me? I'll tell you exactly how it
I'll tell you. It's my lasagna.
Yeah, you taste it like this. That's what it tastes like.
It tastes like.
It tastes like this.
Whoa! I like it when it's just in the wrong.
You know. You know how upset I am.
You know.
I know. When I feel insecure and people think because I have this voice, you're my psychiatrist. You can be my psychiatrist.
I feel insecure too.
Or you can be a,
Todd.
Or you can do that. Or you can do that character, which I wouldn't know how to work with.
Sometimes Todd gets me.
I was trying to get you to be
this guy's fucking therapist,
and you were going.
Wait a minute. You are in you. You right now are playing in a pile of like. Either you go to like Chuck E. Cheese and they have like the balls that get like the little colored ball. You're like playing in a pile, like throwing pizza at like. You're like. Blah, blah. You're like, yeah, I can't. And this guy over across the table from me can't even line up a sentence together. Meanwhile, I'm why can't you join in with the thing I'm doing? You should know what it was. You go, blah, 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 blah. Do what you're supposed to do! What did they teach you in comedy school? Blah, 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 blah. You don't know how to blah, blah, when I go, blah, blah. You piece of shit.
Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God, James. Oh, God. You're like South Park, and you have a point, too. Like,
hey,
all that
but wait a second, Todd.
Right.
Todd, I want to point something out. You just bumped a whole quote from the LA Weekly off my resume.
What was that?
You said I'm like South Park. I have a point.
Oh. No, you're like South Park. I said they have a point. Like, it's a great, funny show. And
I thought you meant I was better than
you. Exposed me for my ridiculousness. Brilliantly.
Because am I the only one who's done it?
No,
I thought.
How dare you? You think I have a hat? Is that my rumor behind my back, you prick?
Yeah, everybody's like, you going to go do the Todd Glass program again? Yeah, bring a straight jacket.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you the truth?
Todd, you don't realize this. There's like 3 doors full of security outside in order to get into this lunatic asylum. Where you guys realize that takes place in a white room? These are the prison guards laughing. These are like this is an insane. This is the asylum. These are the asylum nurses. And they come in because it's legitimately fun, but it's like Todd was committed, but his friends still come to do the show.
Can I tell you something? How fucking funny.
If you get to still do the podcast after you're committed?
No, like you do the podcast, but it's all you don't do a podcast. Oh, by the way, I think it's funnier if you don't do one until you're in there. You're in there, you don't want to go.
They make you think you're doing a podcast.
You start,
yeah, lots of downloads.
So they all get in the room, but there's no podcast. That's the show. That's the show. That these people all think they're doing a podcast at a mental institution, but there's no podcast. But it's therapy for them.
Oh.
So that's the show. So you learn about the doctors and everything, and then there's the actual show where they show big pieces of the podcast.
Todd, I think you just pitched the funniest show that Lifetime's ever heard of.
Guess what? I think I did pitch a good show. I want you to. Can you give me this piece because I said it perfectly?
Edit it out. I want that to be the pitch for the show. You pull it from the podcast. The audio itself. Audio itself is the pitch.
Hey, let me tell you. You know what? You're half right. I should say a little bit more because if you're
I'm
right, they're
nuts.
still listening. That's a great idea for a show.
I hope you stop listening.
If you don't see, this is going to be the pitch. So can you help me here to try to sell this show?
Adomian's impression of Todd. James Adomian's impression.
I just want to hear the song.
Is this a good show?
It's a good song. I just want to hear the song.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna say this. They're gonna say it was a disaster. Oh, the train wreck. The train off the. We got.
Hey, dear, but how's the Todd Glass show? How are they going to talk about it this week? Later. What do you think they're going to say?
The Todd Glass program was, for our generation, what another show would have been for another generation.
Oh. Well, we are going to the close. You know what? Let's do a little.
Do a rapid fire because we have a bunch of things we were supposed to do.
Go rapid fire. You go.
Okay. What do you have first?
I got nothing.
Really?
I know what we're gonna end with.
Oh, then
I'm
going to save. We're going to save one. And then I'm going to save some of these for the next time.
Go. I don't mean go.
Remember
hurry.
the character I was going to tell you, Tiger?
Oh, that's a great idea. Tell the audience.
Okay, so Tiger is a stand-up comedian, and his name's Tiger. Just one word, and he has a huge introduction, like pyrotechnics. He has a costume. It's like a tiger.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's black and white stripes. No, it's black and orange stripes.
Please take your seats. Tiger's about to come to the stage.
He has a Madonna headset that goes from his head, like so he doesn't have to hold a microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen, please enter the theater.
Tiger!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Woo. Hey, I'm just working on some new stuff. He gets a notebook. He has his notebook. I'm just working on some new stuff here. Yeah.
Let's do it again.
No. So I had a thing about how a case of the Saturdays, right? Nobody's ever like, hey, I got a case of the Saturdays. Not this crowd. It worked last week.
Can I tell you what I did? I love that. I keep having to remember that this guy is the one that got the big intro.
You know, I know Bon Jovi. He's a friend of mine. Ron. That's his name off stage. Ron Jovi. No, not a thing. None of his jokes. none of his jokes work.
They're just bragging.
God damn it. No, you know what? It's just a one-line bit. The whole bit, the entire bit. It's a black.
Here, can I tell you the way you need
to do
that? You want
to punch this up? Yeah.
I'm going to sit down.
Oh yeah.
Sit down. I'm going to tell you what you need to do.
All right. Okay. What? I'm going to take the glass. Okay. I'm going to turn the mic off too. No, I'm just in class.
No. Put your headphones on and stop being silly. I'm like the Judge Judy of acting class.
Sir,
why would you have a four? What I love is that her opinions are not based in law.
Yes,
they're
they
like,
are.
No, they're like
she's great.
Why do you have a cat that weighs 30 pounds, sir? Why do you have a cat that weighs 30 pounds? I disagree. You lose $5,000.
Right. That's what I like about her. She's right. Seriously. Sometimes you can't.
But that's
figure
not a law.
I know, but you know what? It's not a real show. Why shouldn't she have a little?
Why
fun?
are you awake at 6 p.m.?
Why shouldn't she have fun?
I don't believe it.
She mixes good law with common sense. You're right. There's certain things she couldn't say in the court of real law. But there's enough law there where it doesn't sound like one of those shows where you're like, is that even a judge?
All right.
She knows her verbiage. I mean, you can tell she's a fucking judge. And then she mixes it in with it. I'm the fan she wants, the one with no grammar. I love Judge Judy. She mixes it in. But I enjoy her. I thoroughly enjoy her. Now, what did you want to say about her?
What? Oh, no, I think she's
What'd you want to say about her?
I think she's a cunt.
Thank you. When you're right, you're right. No, I don't like her. I used to like her. I'm that much of a kiss ass. No. I don't like that. That's what a fox says.
So you didn't like. So that was we were taking it home and you just didn't like it. Was it the rape that guy joke? Was that did it ruin anything?
No.
No, he's pointing to it. Yeah.
101. Welcome to the class.
Tom Leykis, can we
Maybe you want a steak.
Wait, what happened? I feel like I cut you off. What else do you have over there? Oh, I wanted to help you with that bit.
$30. You got to owe me for the cab.
Of course. Here's what I want to do with that bit. You need to.
You know how hard it is to get Todd Glass to reimburse you.
That's
for
not
anything?
true. Don't even make that a joke.
Look,
to George Carlin, that's
I've been
not
drinking.
true.
I've been drinking 40-year-old scotch.
I've been drinking this
But he didn't
drink
reimburse my
so
cab.
long. Da-da. Can I get some drums? I've been drinking this dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Wait.
Been banging on Saturday night when you're
What's the
taking
train?
on Friday.
What's the train? The chun 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 chun. Bum 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 bum. No, Aristotle, we don't need your help. We're going to ride the show home, Aristotle. We don't need your help. Aristotle. Sing along with them, I guess. Woo, woo, ah!
Todd Glass, one of the pioneering punk artists of the late 1970s.
This becomes huge. Not only... Here's what I like. If this original guy doing this didn't become huge, but me singing along became
a hit. Somehow. In a universe in a universe of evil. What can we do?
I'll give you the last word.
Karaoke?
You, Tom Likas?
Do you have karaoke still?
What time is it? How long have we... What time is it?
Todd, this is a mini-series.
What time is it, seriously?
What time is it? Or how long?
What time is it?
We've been on the air longer than Meet the Press.
It's going to be 11 right now.
Is it really? All right, we got to go in for the close. You want to end with a... Yeah,
what should we do? Sing a song?
Let you do
Look,
a song.
Todd, we haven't been funny in an hour.
No, that's not true at all. Do you really think that's true? Now you got me nervous.
I don't care. These pigs...
Why are you so angry at the audience? What would be? You think I care about these pigs? These kind, decent people, you make your jokes about them. These headsets, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take them, I'm going to fucking crash them.
Okay, I'm going to tell you some of the bits I did, because we did Peppy, we did Tiger, which started good. We should cut, you know.
We were supposed to do a Halloween cartoon, and we never got to it.
What is it? You owe me $30 for the cab.
Oh, relax. You're not going to get it.
I called you late at night. The grocery store thing. That was,
all right.
You know,
we want to close with it. We have no... One of the things that I'm going to...
Oh, I was going to ask you to do John... I thought you'd be a funny guy to play John Taffer from Bar Rescue, but I never got to that.
No, we'll do it next time.
Yeah.
You know, you always got to leave him wanting. That's the way you don't get to one of his bits.
Nobody's ever tuned into this thing because they wanted something.
You know what I do? You know what I do if you're at someone's house and they go to tell you another story? Even you can do it in regular.
You know, when I'm at someone else's house, I flush the toilets.
You know what I do? I go like this. So go to tell me a story at the house. You've told me 3 stories. You're about to tell me another one.
Okay.
And, you know, I
leave me wanting. Leave me wanting.
Well, that's one way to look at it, but there's an interesting story about that, which I can get into.
No. I had so much fun talking to you.
Sure, and that's what happened to the guy who died because he didn't hear what I was.
Leave me wanting. Leave me wanting.
But what if you just don't want it?
I believe me. I want to know your story, but I want you to leave me wanting because it's the great
that's
suspense.
impossible because I'm trying to tell you all the information.
I know I don't want to know because I want to have something to look forward to.
Yeah, but there's nothing to look forward to.
I'm going to step away from you. I'm going to back away from you. I look like
hold on a second. Let me just dip this carrot in here, and then I'm going to follow you for an hour.
Wait, that's going to...
I glom on to people who don't mind talking to weirdos.
Well, sometimes there are. Let's be nice.
Yeah, I'm shifty. I'm the worst guest. Woo!
What are we going to sing? Tom Likas.
You have like 5 songs we can sing, right?
Tom Likas.
I just want to sing a song. Let's just sing a song. Oh, Suspicious Minds I like. We sang...
If you got to sing it, I want you to really
What else?
Put some reverb in his... Yeah, we got to do a good one. If it's going to be a song...
I love... By the way, because last time I was here, I sang These Eyes, and it's become like my favorite karaoke song since then. Like, it's my favorit song. I've sung it like 10 times since then.
Good to hear it.
Wait.
The worst reaction in the world. Good to hear it. He didn't even hear me.
Good to hear it.
Listening. He's not even listening. Worst.
Well, you're not even.
Worst guest.
What are you saying?
Worst guest.
Are you saying anything?
Should
I be listening?
Can everybody that works on the show hear me? The good thing about James is we can talk right in front of him.
Great dog whistle.
Stop, buddy. He's the worst guest we've ever had. Does everybody agree? He doesn't hear us because he's just too busy in his own head.
Glass. You know what? Todd Glass is overrated.
Yeah, you know what?
He plays all the clubs. He gets his fans. He gets his fans.
Hey, can I tell you
but
something?
There's a reason that you would never see Todd Glass outside of that.
By the way, the fact that I'm overrated is overrating me. I wish I was. Overrated is a compliment. It's like, why isn't he big?
No, I didn't say overrated.
Oh, what did you say?
I said you were accurately rated.
Oh, that's a new car. Accurately rated.
You were accurately rated. Todd Glass. Yeah, Todd Glass.
Hey, do they not know that people like cars that aren't ugly? Because what happens is whenever there's a new car company, their cars are ugly. Then 10 years later, they get better looking. Do they realize people don't like ugly cars? Oh, people don't like ugly cars. Maybe if we made our cars not ugly, people would buy them. It's like they make the Fords. Finally, they're getting around to not making them look so like... never mind. I don't want to get political in the final hour.
I got to the final hour.
These Jewish people are taking over the car companies.
Todd Glass here on MSNBC. He's bringing you the hot news that he's not read.
Remember, I never sat down with...
Straight from the New York Times to the trash can to Todd's then to Todd's desk.
I don't know.
Perfect timing.
Hello. Hello, darkness, you're my friend. I come to hear your voice again.
That's close. I like this. Oh, they're all close.
Can I get some words up on the board?
No. I like that you just struggle through it. I'll keep doing it. Let's do it with you. Ready?
Hello. Tell me what to say.
Okay, ready? I'll go with you.
I don't know what to say though.
You start.
Hello,
darkness, my friend.
That's all I know.
All I know is that the phrase.
It's too hard to do.
And I lost the words from there on out. And I thought that it would work itself out. But the words are harder than I know. 'Cause I'm Todd Glass. And I'm dumb. And Todd Glass is dumb and dumb. He is so dumb and dumb.
Todd Glass, he is so dumb.
He's the dumbest thing
that ever lived.
He's the dumbest that would ever live. And Todd Glass,
he's
so dumb that he will die.
He is so dumb
from being dumb.
He's the dumbest in the world. He's dumber than the dumbest thing. If you took dumb and hit it in the head, that would be him.
Todd Glass.
I'm so dumb, I'm like if you hit dumb in the head. I'm so dumb. I'm like if you took dumb and punched it with the crowbar, bashing it into the dumb part of its head. Keep punching its head, and then that person had a baby, and that would be me.
Do you have...
It's the worst song in the world. I mean, not that I meant it to be the best, so what the hell?
The only people...
Hey, this is the bonus part of the show.
Todd, the only people listening at this point are carpenters who've been up all night. Can you imagine the kind of people who are still listening to this part of the show? Imagine if it was unedited. I don't know, maybe you won't edit it. What, if you don't edit it...
No, we're not editing
it. If you don't edit this, you're a psycho. Okay, fine, he did it that. But, like, the guy who's still listening, he's carving wood, and he's like, God damn it, they just ran out of ideas. and then he just He doesn't just cut a finger off. He shaves his whole hand off, but like halfways. So he still has a thumb and an index finger, but the rest he just shaves half of his hand and arm straight up to the elbow. That's the last guy who listens to the podcast.
He works in an art department at a theater, and he's just building a set.
Whoa! Fuck! Hold on a second. Now,
They just ran out of ideas.
look, I'll take a break when Todd Glass is done with his podcast. I respect it. He takes chances. Hold on a second. Wow.
And then they hears us do this. Ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
I gotta
blah.
give it. It wasn't funny,
I'm so
but
dumb.
it wasn't
I'm so
fitting.
dumb.
It wasn't funny, but they committed to
I'm
it. I like
dumb
that
and
part.
I'm
about
dumb
it.
and I'm dumb.
Wow. Wait, wow.
I'm
wow.
so dumb.
Wow.
I'm so dumb.
Join the club, pal. I just got chainsawed in half.
Shut it off.
You think you're special, pal?
You got it.
My dick was sliced into 7 little pepperonis.
Tom Likas.
Here the Tom Likas
That
program.
bit, by the way, that was
The last guy listening to the show?
Yeah, but I love that he goes, they run out of ideas, and he's chainsawing something. He tells his friends he wants to listen to the
I
show.
want to listen to how bad it gets.
Then he hears us go. Then he hears, I'm so dumb, and then he cuts his hand off. He falls out of the tree. It's all.
Wait, he's in a tree?
little
He's
Tom
carpentering
Likas
in a
background.
tree?
All righty. Well, we're gonna do some Tom Likas and say goodnight. Oh, you wanted to sing? You'll sing next time.
You want to sing that? Here on the Thailand program. You are listening to the MSNBC
Now just give him some betting.
Just give me the Sandman. Just give me the Sandman.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Inner Sandman from the.
He's got it.
I know, but see, that's the one that that's already got the jokes on it.
Oh, I know. I like to play those with you. It's just like Tom Likas times 10.
You want me to talk over it?
No, do it now.
I really sold this, huh?
You're doing a great job.
And now, back to more Tom
Likas, motherfucker.
Who left the stove on? Tom Likas.
You're here on the Tom Likas program here, 1-800-500-TOM, blowmeuptom.com, brought to you by angrybitches.com. If you got a bitch and she's not angry, strap her into angrybitches.com. Her pussy's going to be coming at you with a knife. You know what I'm talking about? I said it all, talking about. I'm fat. I live in a rippling mountain of cellulite. Here we go. Here we go. Open phone lines, Flash Fridays, women cutting their tits off. We're going to go straight to our first caller. It's Michael in Culver City. You're on Tom Yellow.
Tom, we're having a problem with our line. Go to line 2.
Who are you to tell me what to do? I'm a broadcasting legend, Tom Likas. Yes, maybe I was booed out of the radio business. That doesn't mean I'm not a legend in the radio business. Maybe I was drummed out and I had my medals ripped off of my shirt. They formally fired me from radio, but I'm the best. I'm doing great. I guess what? My life is like a box of raspberries that's getting laid.
Tom, don't you think the way you talk about women says more about how ignorant you are that you generalize people like that?
You sound gay.
Tom, love your show.
Do you care?
I do, actually, buddy. How you doing?
I don't care.
Hey, you gonna be out there at Freaky Friday this year signing autographs?
Have you ever cared?
I go every year. Love it, buddy.
I have cared.
Pizza Pie Sunday, man. We love it.
I care. For you. Did you hang up? Wait.
I'm here.
You're still there?
Yes.
Good, because
Hey,
I
Tom.
love you.
Tom,
Guess
man.
what? I'm gay.
Love you, buddy. Hey, listen, how long do you
Have you ever had an experience with a man?
how long have you had to how long should you be with a woman before you marry
You
her?
should be with a woman long enough to push her off of a fucking ski slope.
I love my wife.
Sure you do, because you're a pussy.
No, I love her. We don't have any kids.
I bet you love Depeche Mode, too. You like
How much
Depeche Mode?
What do you weigh?
What do I weigh?
What do you
Well,
weigh?
that's a non sequitur.
Yeah, I know, because you always
You're going
ask
on
women.
a
You
way.
always ask women what they weigh. What do you fucking weigh?
What do you think I weigh?
I don't know what you weigh.
I
Honestly, you know
can't measure it. I can't measure how much I weigh in pounds,
You're gonna
baby.
cut me off?
I can't weigh. I'm gonna
How can you cut people
I'm gonna
off?
cut you off.
Why? Why
I'm
are
gonna
you
cut you
scared?
off like
Why
a
are you-
brisk, baby.
Why are you scared to let people talk?
I'm not scared. I'm just fat.
Then let me talk.
Blah, blah, blah.
I know what you do.
Say you don't know. You have anything to say?
Everyone's on to what
Let
you do.
me tell you. Where are they going?
Why are your ratings going down? Why are you going to be off the air soon?
You're not respecting my dramatic pause.
Sorry.
The reason I'm not showing up the air after 15 years on the show.
What?
After 15 years? You know what Are you not familiar with 15 years?
15 years.
15. Is that I'm too good for it? Little Papa. Blue. Leanne. Lay the words out there for you. Blue, blue, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to ask you as simple as possible. Do you, but understand what I'm blocking about? Blocking? Like people blocking each other? Blue, you understand what blocking about? Why a little difficult to other? Why a little difficult to communicate with you? When I'm simply trying to. Why a little difficult to communicate with you? When I'm simply trying to ask you, do you real? Why are you looking at me like you don't understand what I'm talking about? You're looking at me like you don't understand what I'm talking about. Do you understand what I'm talking about? do you understand what I'm talking about?
I'm going to just soak it in.
Blue, black glass, but understand what I'm talking about.
I love that this is what he turns into. Like, he's done that voice so long, and it's all manipulation. It's all voice tricks. And it's all very, it's that sort of Pavlovian that he gets so that this is what he becomes.
They have tasers, and I don't know what they're
This is his show. He has his own show in a mental institution. This is him in a mental institution.
I follow Todd Glass.
In a mental institution.
Todd Glass isn't a mental institution show. I'm like coming out.
And you're Tom Likas, and you're come on to my show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God, that's a great show. Tom Likas gets I'm serious. The show within the show
from Bellevue Hospital.
I'm in there. I do a podcast
from the Tom Likas studio at Bellevue Hospital. You're listening to the top. I'm not taking my medication. I'm on a program. You remember to face facts? I'm a one of God. I'm a demon God. I'm a Satan God. You don't have a pussy? You're a Tom Yellow. What's your name? Are you a nurse? What do they feed me my medication? What do they lie for me?
Tom, we love you down here. The people that make the food for you.
I don't care. I'm gonna shit in my hand and throw it at my own face.
Hey Tom, what do you think of male nurses here on the in the institution?
But they're all little put. You're the one that goes up ham. And you don't have. You think that you're the one that goes because I'm the minute to tell you saw the pal. I'm the governor going to pardon me because I'm going to murder those other bus full of babies. I'm going to make sure those children when I was murdered away because I don't want to murder them. You ever know that I know? You don't feel all time like them?
You're spitting all over.
With a pile like a program. I just ate your face off. I don't know. You don't know. You're the town on the program. One of the ever fly to the town. I have all three microphones to make a solid. You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever heard Tom Likas tripled and fat? I don't know. I got the interview out. I can live. Do you care? I don't care. I fuck myself. I hate myself because I'm a woman. That's right. I'm a woman. Women want to be hated, but how? Have you ever laughed? Wow. 1-800-5800-TOM is the toll-free telephone number that hasn't been in use since Clear Channel kicked me off the radio 7 years ago. You know, he was kicked off the air, but can you imagine every morning he wakes up going, 1-800-5800. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. It was disconnected.
We gotta go. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. No.
Next time you're here with headphones in your ear, there's a lot of show left, so stay right here.
Hey, it's Todd Glass. Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you, I hate to be pushy, why don't you go visit my website, toddglass.com, all right? There's something special there waiting for you.
'Cause we've got Todd Glass, we've got Todd Glass, we've got high on the mic with reverb glass. So anytime you're getting low, instead of letting go, sit and let the time pass. Hey, here comes another Todd Glass show. Hey, here comes another